Hey, what up, Cody? How you doing, man? B-Town, what's up, buddy? Long time no see, B-Town. How's your night? Doing good or no? I haven't seen you in a minute. Like, still moved around over here. Tico, what's up, brother? Hi, Natalie. DSO, I think. I think DSO. What up, Zon? How are you? Hi, Angela. I'm fine. The Star Spica. Right now we're looking at the Star Spica. We're probably going to look at galaxies. It's kind of what the plan was tonight. Do some galaxies, maybe some nebulae. I did look at GOES 19 satellite earlier. That was kind of fun. Right now we're looking at Spica, though. The beautiful Star Spica. I'll pull up my mouse again over here. This is the beautiful Star Spica over in Virgo. My mouse is on its own mind tonight. Get all situated here. That life up there, pretty sweet, huh? It'll be pretty sweet. Pull up everything probably. There we go. A beautiful Spica. Oh, you did it today? Oh, no way, bro. Oh, wait, I'm excited. What up, BD? How you doing, buddy? Right now we're looking at the Star Spica. Here in a bit, though, we're going to take off. We're going to do some galaxies. Galaxies, globular cluster, some nebulae. It'd be pretty fun. Dude, I know, right, Jax? Don't say that yet, man. You might just might mess me up. You want to see something cool, Jax? Want to see what I worked on earlier? Let's see if I pulled it. The joystick. If I can hit it properly. Look at that, dude. Huh? Finally set up the joystick to control the mount. Finally did. I've been wanting to do that for a minute. So I finally got that done. That's so cool. I think it's so cool. Here's your NASA Hubble Space Telescope got the Galaxy NGC 3137. I can't remember if I did or not. I really don't remember. This is super cool. So now I don't have to use a mouse constantly in a big old pad and make sure my mouse is always in that pad. But yeah, it's just a real quick now, just grab and go. It's actually really sweet. I'll be excited for that, especially when we're doing something like Jupiter. Another thing I did was polar align. Y'all ought to be impressed. I actually polar aligned this this telescope, and we got it really well situated now. That's really cool. Looks so beautiful. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Adiwan, how you doing? Welcome in. What we're looking at tonight, I think galaxies though. Galaxy globular cluster and some nebulae. Polar alignment is so useful. It's so nice, like on the permanent mount. It works wonderful. The only issue is when the winter comes through, you get that ground shifting. As everything kind of freezes up and it thaws out, you get a little ground shifting. And that slight movement, though, after winter usually causes an issue. And it was actually pretty bad. It was bad when I did the polar alignment, but as you can see here, like it seems to be like right on it. Seems to be right on it, which is super nice. Not every day you get that. This star, let me pull it up again. 250, roughly 250 light years away, or 249.7. 249.7 light years away. I mean that we're looking back 249 years, 250 years to be able to see that light from that star, the photons. Oh, ain't that amazing? Hi Daniel, how you doing, buddy? How's your night? You guys ready for a galaxy? Not ready for a galaxy? I was thinking like I guess think about the Cigar galaxy first. I got you, Jax. Get some good rest, buddy. Without a ground movement due to freezing. How much was the polar alignment out? Oh, bad. Bad. I don't even like it was bad. Now we're like oh gosh. I think we were like within a degree. I know that. Well, within a degree of up, down, right, and left. So we're in good shape right now. Galaxy, please. Let's do it. Let's go for a galaxy. Let's swing over. I'm going to go to M82. It's called the Cigar Galaxy. Let's take off the telescope here. On our way. Should turn on light. You got to check out the telescope as we swing around. I know a lot of people are just coming in. You're probably new. Haven't seen the setup. Tonight we're using the C11 telescope. Big old C11 telescope. I'm going to slow down the camera here. Kind of back us up a little bit as well. We'll see as we kind of fly into the position here. Get to it. Hi Zapna, how you doing? How's your night? I can check it out. You can see starting to come in on the bottom there. Let's see if I can pull it up better. Can y'all see it okay? Check that out. Ain't that awesome? Bring it up a little closer. They'll let me. We'll grab some more light. These galaxies are really faint. These are really faint galaxies. This is called the Cigar galaxy though. This one here is the Cigar galaxy. We're tracking lunar somehow. There we go. Side row. Now we're better. My night's great, buddy. My night is great. My night is going great. Let me pull it up here a little bit. Let's grab a little bit more light. Let's grab a little longer exposure. Got just a bit more exposure. Hi Melanie, welcome in. Yeah, absolutely. Expanding at 90 miles per second. Dude, the universe is insane. Universe expansion is absolutely insane. I couldn't tell you the distance myself. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Here's going to be the Cigar galaxy though that we're looking at. How cool is this? Cigar screenshot last week. Oh no way. You want to grab another cool screenshot? And try to grab another one up. Let's see what we can do. Let me pull out some of the gain. We don't get a lot of noise. Probably about there. We'll go for like, I don't know, what do you guys want? 30 seconds or a minute? 30 seconds or 1 minute? Love this. Wait until we see it next. It's going to be amazing. You guys let me know. 30 seconds or 1 minute. Hi Blue, how are you? Messier 82. That is great. That is great. 30 seconds or 1 minute. Waiting for y'all. First one to say it. 60 seconds, let's do it. Alright, let's go for 60-second photo. 60-second photo, by the way, means that we get a lot more data. So we see a lot more stuff out there. And it makes it really gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. Hi, welcome in. How's Brazil? Not keeping Cigar. Yeah, it's completely legal to look at. That is true. Alright, we get about 37 seconds here. I know it takes a minute, but when it comes in, it's just going to be crazy amazing. So beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Longer is better. Yeah, when it comes to astrophotography, the longer you set with the target, the more data you can actually pull in. You get rid of some of that noise, you bring in some of that brightness, and here on this one, it's really beautiful. We'll see the dust lanes mostly made up of hydrogen too. This is really stunning. Good to see you all. Honestly, good to see you all tonight. I'm doing wonderful. Alright, here we go. Looks like it's going to come in. Oh man. I probably need to pull out the brightness so we don't get flashbang. We're good there. Okay. Bring in a little bit of brightness. We'll start to see it. I'm going to do a color calibration. Color calibration is going to look at the stars, try to find the proper color, and then set it for us like we just did. Zoom in on the histogram, stretch it properly. We'll start to get the data. But here comes the, check that out, the Cigar galaxy there. On the next photo, it'll help us gain a little bit more view of what we're looking at as well. I'll pull it up just a minute here. There we go. Photons are good. I like it. Photons are good. I love it. That's great. Hey Godzilla, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Long time no see. Oh, Mega Gas Giant in another galaxy. Is there people living out there? I would assume so. Cameron, what's up, bro? What's on the agenda for you tonight? Got anything major coming up? I did a polar alignment. You should be proud of me, Cameron. I actually did a polar alignment. Got into excellent under one. Just about pull it back a little bit. Now we got the new data. Actually did a polar alignment though. I feel good. Felt like I was productive today. And I chased the ISS. I forgot to kind of mention that. I did chase the ISS earlier. I tested out the new software, first time to use it. It did okay. There was just clouds that kind of messed this up, so I couldn't get it all set up properly. But it was pretty cool. That's no time for you. Oh, until next Wednesday. Oh, no way. No way. I think there's still dinosaurs in another galaxy. Maybe. Maybe. Tonight, we're going to do DSO. Galaxy, nebulae, globular clusters. And then hopefully we can end up a stellar nursery. Or a couple of stellar nurseries, actually. We'll see how the night goes, though. Have a great. Oh, you don't even want to know how close I got it. It was actually teeter-tottering. It kept telling me to go left, go right, go left, go right. Every time I took a new image, it was like right on. And then I need to go up just a hair, but not too much. Polar alignment's on it. is absolutely on it. No guiding either right now. We're just regular side wheel tracking. And it looks good. Everything looks nicely round. We probably could have focused a little better. But it looks pretty awesome. Looks actually really good. What supernova should we go to tonight? Cameron. Was there the one in Leo or no? Or was it in Virgo? Desi! What's up, Desi? How are you? Hey, what up, Big Red? I never see some constellation unless I travel to other parts of the realm. That is true. That is true. Alright, let's do it. What supernova can we go look at? What was the last one we went to? I don't even remember. We bring in a little bit of light. You guys can see kind of what we were looking at there before we take off with the telescope. Good. That's awesome. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. That's absolutely awesome. There's that galaxy here. This one here, ooh, I cannot remember. Was it? Oh, let me look it up. Can't remember if it was 12 or what. Let me pull it up real quick. I do not remember these type of numbers that well. I am horrible when it comes to that data. It shows 12 million. That's kind of was my thought too. 12 million light years away. That's a Cigar galaxy. Yep, Cigar galaxy. That one's Cigar galaxy. And you see 3437. I don't think we could probably do Kid, I guess. The moon wouldn't be blocking us yet. Let's try 3437 real quick. See how close this is. Oh, we're good with it. Swing over. Let's swing over to it real quick. 3437. We'll go check out that galaxy. You've got telescopes that swings around here. We on our way. Get a picture. Oh, nice, Melanie. It's awesome. Here you're going to get a supernova. What was it classified as, Cameron? This one here. See how things look. It looks like it's like right here. We'll see here in a minute. Let it settle for a minute. Can I connect to the focuser? Of course I cannot connect to the focuser. Failed and it's not. Okay, let me disconnect it, set up the focuser. Tell it yes. Okay, connect. Let's see if it'll connect to focuser now. Peculiar type. Okay, 1C supernova. And oh no way! Did you really? Yeah, that's so awesome. That's so awesome, bro. Wonder if I can get the focuser to come up. Yeah, we connected. Should be able to grab it here. Let me go down a little bit. See what happens. See if the stars look any better for us. Or if this is a horrible idea. I can't tell. I can't tell if that's better or worse. Let's go the other way first. Make sure. I can't tell if it's better or worse. Are you at the top or bottom? What? 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 Go a little bit more here. Ah, wrong way. No. Try this. Hi Rex, welcome in. Such a dork. That's too funny. So funny. We'll go with this for a minute. We'll see how it looks. Let's take a quick photo, and then we'll see if we got it all aligned properly. Hi Melvin, welcome in, buddy. Natural light. One-shot camera, no filters with us. It has IR blocking, though, on this camera. We're just going for natural light. For the most part, yeah, Vito. For the most part, yeah. Here's going to be that galaxy that we're going to look at here. Focus is not perfect by any means. Let's see. I don't know. Let's go back just a bit. And then we'll go for the photo. We'll capture it next. Then we'll get that supernova. Except 1C, right? A peculiar 1C. Getting fancy, bro. That's like Hawaii fancy kind of conversation right there. Alright, let's do it. Pull back some gain. Hopefully the thin clouds won't mess us up. Send me anything, Dave? I did not. I'm so sorry I did not. I forgot. I'm so sorry. Type on C. Massive star that loses. Okay. It's outer layer before core collapse. Crazy, huh? That's noise so far. Yeah, earlier it was high, so now it's not though. We'll pull it back now. It'll be pulled back on the actual photo that we take. That's a really, really faint galaxy to go for. But we should see a supernova. Maybe. Did we get star trail that time? Front side row. Let it grab one more. Looks like we got a little bit of star trail on that one. See what the next one looks like here in a minute. You already see it? I can see it. A little bit of star trail though. Let me clear it out. We'll see what this next one looks like. Holy moly. Horrible star trail. Horrible star trail. What did we do? Give it just a second here though. I should turn on PhD too, huh? Don't connect. Yep, it will connect. Need to do another calibration though. Oh crap, forgot to, my bad. Completely forgot to clear that one out. Let me get rid of that. Let's turn off the lights so we don't have all that background noise, all the nasty crazy amount of Belser. I know. It's my bad. It was my bad. Oh, there we go. That looks better though. That's looking better. Color calibration. Bring in some histogram. Histogram it up. Bring in a little bit of noise for a minute. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So the supernova is going to be, oh my goodness. Yo, thanks Elizabeth, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much. That actually scared the crap out of me at first. That is crazy. Thank you so much. So right about here is where that's going to be. We'll let it continue to grab a little bit of light. My focus saw that too. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. We're right about here. Right about there. Do we got everything on? We do. Okay. We should be good there. Pull back some of the brightness. Hopefully we can see it better. Oh man, it's not coming in that good tonight. We do have a lot of thin clouds coming through though. Like a crazy amount of thin clouds coming through right now. Yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you. I'll say thank you. Let me know if y'all can see it. Right about here. There's going to be the halo, and then you have the supernova there. Looks good though. We're way out of focus. Space Nerds Unite. I love it. That was great. That is great. Put the IRTF image on Discord a few days ago. Should be able to pull it up at some point. I need to add that as a source. I don't remember how. At some point I should set that up. I think where I'm pulling your image of it. So awesome. Absolutely awesome. Alright, you guys ready for the next target? The next target! Let me back up a little bit. Speed up the camera real quick. Bring in a lot of noise. We like noise. We like noise. Okay, let's swing off. M51 is what I want to go to. Let's go grab the Whirlpool Galaxy. 3210, we on our way. Let's go get the beautiful Whirlpool. You can never fail on this galaxy. It's so beautiful. Very stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, we're pulling in. Mr. Wii spins? I know, right? We haven't had that in a long time now. It's been a minute since we've had the Wii spins. Let's see. We need stars. We need to place off. We need to place off. Alright, should pull right up in the center for us here. Close. Almost. We're gonna move it over a bit though. See if I go the right way. No, thanks, Zapna. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate that. A little bit more, a little bit more. Just a little bit more, a little bit more. Always need a little bit more, right? To the right, just a hair. One more. Ah, thanks, Gaurav. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, let's telescope settle for a second here. And then, if we do this properly, let me go with the focus again. Focus! Go just a bit here. See how the stars look. Can never tell. Could run an automatic focus, but overrated. Actually looks horrible, doesn't it? I think that looks worse. Just go back the other way just a bit. Go the other way first. Return to the planet status. NASA, I'm looking into it. It's not up to NASA. Not up to NASA. There'd be a little bit of sway there, but at the end of the day, it's not really up to them, though. Not really their call. I know exactly what you're talking about there. But it's not really their call, though. It'd be hard to get it back to being a planetary status, to be honest. I couldn't imagine it happening. I couldn't imagine it happening. A little bit more focus here. Just kind of look at the stars, see if we get it pretty close. It'd be nice. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars, yep. Yep. That they are. I'm gonna go back the other way. Seems like I'm going the wrong way. Because you said so? Just a label anyways. Exactly it. Exactly it. Okay. Gotta go up here, I think. Yeah, consider it whatever you want at the end of the day. Still gonna be Pluto, no matter how you look at it. What is up with the folks here? It's almost like it's slipping or something right now. Kinda looks like the folks are slipping. Seriously, it looks like it's trying to slip or something. We're gonna get it though, somehow or another. Sure, come bliss before. That's kind of what it looks like it's happening right now. Looks like it's slipping. You can see the torque kicking in here, but man, doesn't seem to be doing what I want it to do. Let's settle for a minute. It's a little bit better. A little bit better. We'll go for a little bit more. We always want a little bit more better, right? Always somewhere in the middle there's a little bit more better. We'll try this. We'll see how this goes. We pull back the gain. Let's go for a photo. What do y'all say? 60 seconds? I heard y'all. 60 seconds it is. We'll go for that 1 minute. Auto tracking it does, yep. Why are scientists disappearing in USA? Because of a guy named Gaurav. There's a guy named Gaurav, really known on YouTube. Like if you ever see him, by the way, the end of his name is like 1035, which means looking for scientists. It's like a code. Watch out for him. Something going on there. I don't know what it is. I have no clue. I don't have the answers for you. Don't have the answers. All right, here we go. 13 seconds, so. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. 3. And we should get an image. Start pulling in. Let's do a color calibration. There we go. Start getting to come through. Let it grab a few images here. But this is going to be the beautiful Whirlpool galaxy here. That's not too bad. That came out actually pretty nice. Grab another couple of images. Let it stack up. Stack it up. Yo, V-Town, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Love this galaxy. Absolutely. So darn beautiful. Hi, Sibel. How are you? Came out great tonight. It's looking really good. Actually turned out really good. Here in a bit, we'll go to 2026 KID. Let me see where it's actually located right now. It should be on the other side of the sky right now, right? Probably. Which one is the KID in? Was it in 4205 or no? Good, good. Good deal. Oh, you knew him? Warav. It's starting to make a lot of sense. Look at the Pit 907, I got you. We got Star Trail. What the heck? We got Star Trail that time. We gotta turn on the guider. That's what we kinda need to do. Let me do this. Let me bring in some brightness real quick. Kinda need the guider. 5907. Let's go check it out. Don't have it in the list anymore. And you said it's a 1A, right? 1A Supernova. The name of that galaxy was the Whirlpool galaxy. In fact, someone kind of looking to the side, I could see that with it. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I do love that one as well. Yeah, absolutely. So true. It's type, okay. Type 2. That's a star core collapse. Still has hydrogen outer layer. Yo, what's up, bro? Why is it not making national news? On the scientists, it did make national news. Just kind of a whatever type thing, though. Without evidence, kind of hard to really bring anything up. Let me get pulled into the center. Oh, thanks, Garf. I appreciate it. Honestly, thank you. All right, here's that galaxy right here. I think we want to position it better, though. Let me speed up the camera real quick. Just a bit. I want to try to move it over. Oh, on the other side's got to go the other direction. Let's see if that's close enough. Let the telescope settle too. Let it calm down. See if it's high enough for us. It's getting closer. Grab like a 8-second photo. See what happens. Good evening, buddy. Alright, I see it. Anybody else see it? Wait, hold on. Make sure. Is that it on the left? Kind of looks like it, don't it? I want to make sure though. Oh, there's a satellite coming through right there. We'll see it finish off over in this direction. Take off in that direction. It kind of looks like a star. I don't think we have it. Is it? Golly, dude, it looks like a star today. Yeah, 5907 here. It is bright, man. It is really bright. Seems out of position, but maybe not. Let's check it. We'll go for it, right? Yeah, let's go for it. I ain't scared of no ghosts, bro. Let's try. Let's see what happens. We'll do 30 seconds real quick. See what happens. Perfect time for the satellite to go through. It was. That's incredible. Scary, but incredibly beautiful. So true. The cosmos is wild. Alright, let's see what happens. We got about 13 seconds. We'll get that photo to come in. Got a mag 15.1. Didn't have that appearance though, did it? Good color calibration. Oof. Flashbang. Kind of looks like it, bro. Oh, we're zooming in. It does look like it. These are stars out here. You can see the stars. But notice it's a little bit more of like a smooth view. Oh, another satellite. Actually, no, there's two. Look at that. There's two satellites here on the bottom. Let's see if I can zoom in real quick. Another satellite coming up through that view. Going crisscross right there. Looks like it, man. Kind of looks like it's in the. Looks like it's in the right position. Think you hit the ground? Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be really crazy. It says currently magnitude 15.1. Maybe. I mean, it seems really bright, but 30 seconds though. Distance. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome in, by the way. Here's black. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is. It does look like the supernova over here. It does look like it. Sometimes we'll get, at some point we'll get Cameron to jump on and talk about it. He's a PhD student, and this is his thing, supernovas. We'll get him jump on and talk a little bit about things if you guys ever want to. Get to show him love and support. He does some crazy cool stuff. This is this is 2026 Supernova's 2026 KID. Just set that up sometime. It'd be a lot of fun. It'd be simple though. Just like a quick call on Discord. If you want to take over like anything, it's not a big deal either. It's not too hard to do. You could definitely do that though. Again, thank you so much, Distance. Good to see you, by the way. Congrats, Space and Time in the universe. Ooh, distance, time, and creation. Still, oh yeah, mind blown when thinking about the true distance elites of time and travel and creation. It's absolutely crazy. Ordinary, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Really, oh Chili, I love the name. Yo, welcome in. How are you doing? V-Town, thank you for the sparkles, bud. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the sparkles. But there it is, the supernova. Can't move the screen over anymore. I'm gonna bring out some of the background there. There we go. I wonder, I doubt it'll be able to do it, but let me do a nope. Yeah, I wish this thing did supernovas. That'd be so awesome. I don't think it has the ability. Nova star, variable stars, supernova remnants. Huh. That kind of sucks. That'd have been awesome if it was able to grab it. Needs to be a new setting in SharpCap, huh? One thing is wild is like the dust lanes in the way. Ain't right here, is it? I don't even know. Oh, Rex, thanks for the high five, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, what up, Michael? How you doing, buddy? How's your night? How was your night? Hi, Marks. Good evening, buddy. What's up, price magnitude that SNKID got? Ooh, that would be something that camera would have to say. I don't know. It is so awesome, Sibel. Great image, yeah. If that's it, though, man. I mean, it looks like it. It's so hard to confirm. Can you pull it up on like a... Let's see. Actually, you posted that photo, didn't you? Let's go see if I can find it real quick. I mean, yeah, like comparing it off of your other photo, it looks like it. Right on the dust lane, a bright star up and left. Yeah, the nearby stars confirmed. That's what I'm seeing in your photo here. Looks like the stars in proper orientation. Only one I can grab out of it though. That's awesome, man. Coming in beautifully. Yeah, looks really good. What a cool galaxy too. The Knife's Edge. Really beautiful galaxy. Okay, let me see. Actually turned out really nice. Victor, thank you so much, Victor. How's your night, brother? How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good night. See if we pull it out a little bit. Gonna make out that a little better. There we go. Look how bright it is, bro. I think it's super bright. Almost outshines the core, doesn't it? Dang near, man. It's just about as bright as the halo of that galaxy. That is crazy. But that's good, Pray. What's up, buddy? How's your night? How's your night? That's crazy, man. Like it's about as bright as the halo. Just about. I think the halo is maybe a little bit brighter, but not by much. Not by too much, though. Oh, what do we find here? Is that an artifact? Oh no, let me zoom in. I don't see anything. Oh no, what do we find here, dude? Check it out, another frame. We can clear this out. Got 14 seconds. We'll clear it out and check the other frame. See if it's still moving. Clear it out real quick. Could be an artifact. I don't know. We can do this though. Center it. See what it looks like here. Move it real quick. We'll let it reset. Nah, I didn't discover nothing, man. That thing's way too bright to discover. Ain't no way I discovered that. We'll let it move over. We'll check it real quick. Could be an artifact. Be a really weird artifact though. Did you see that Project Hail Mary? Was it good? Did you enjoy it or no? Let's see. We do a 2-second photo. Little bump right there, no? I think. Is that where it was? Kind of looks like that's where it was. Let's check it. Back up real quick. Oh no. One way to find out. We're center right there, so it's pretty close to there. Try another 30-second photo. We'll find out. We go for it. Why not? Let's see if you get to name it. There's so many weird rules when it comes to naming. Like, when you discover stuff, you can't name it after yourself, but you can kind of name it after someone else. The rules are so weird. And it has to be verified, though. The orbit has to be verified, so it can take like 4 years to get to that point. It takes a while to get there. Alright, where was that at? Did I move too far? Did I move us too far? No. Did I screw up? Yeah, it depends on the type of object. Yeah. It's weird, man. Like, the naming convention is like a super long period. And then then there's some rules per se when it comes to it. I think I moved too far, didn't I? I screw up on the movement. I feel like I did. I didn't think we moved that far, but dang, maybe we did. Let me move us back to the galaxy, I guess. Go back and recenter it. I know we were close to the galaxy. Where's the galaxy at? Oh, did it place off us all wild? It did. Place off is all wild right now. Let me reset our place off. We'll try it again. I think that's what happened. I think we place off all wrong. Oh my goodness. Then we gotta find it again too. Definitely watching the perfect mix of real physics and sci-fi. That's awesome. That's super awesome. Alright, let me play solve one more time. We're off like 3 degrees. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to the galaxy at least. Oosh. That's what happened earlier. Now if we can figure out where it was. We move back up. Ah, wrong way. Other way. Yoga. What are we on yoga for? Christopher's here. That's where he goes to pick up his chicks and dates. That's what he tells us anyways. Something wild like that. Alright, let me see if I can find it again. What we're talking about yoga for? It's a long process. Was. If y'all found a comment, what would you name it? I wouldn't personally name it. I just let it be. I would let it be. Alright, looks like right there. Is that it down there? Is that where it was? Okay, why is my crosshair not in the right position? What? Oh, you know why? I need to play it off first. That's why. Upper left side, the supernova. Yeah, right here. Right there be the supernova. Find the sombrero. It's behind trees already for me. It sneaks up behind trees on me. Alright, there we go. That looked like it should move it up to the center. Make sure it does. It should have. Oh, it should be good. Let it settle for a minute. It's gonna start still jiggling around a little bit. Okay. 30-second photo. Let's see what we get this time. Now it's like more in the center. We'll see how things go. We'll see how it goes. Got 22 seconds. We'll get that first photo again. Always a first photo. What are we always getting first photos for? Hey, by the way, if you're coming in, hey, welcome in. This is C11 Telescope, or 11 estimate gas screen telescope that we're using tonight. It has a dedicated astronomy camera on the back of it. Astronomy camera is pretty cool. The one we're using is quite a bit bigger than this one. It gets fed into the computers in here. And then this is what we see out there. Get to do long exposure photos and check out wild things and see how things actually look. Update the list on here. Comets and asteroids. I like the news TLEs from the minor planet center, see if anything pops up in this region. Takes forever. Huge file. Huge file. Oh, this one so far. Oh, I get another one on Wednesday. Bob's overtime. Super awesome, man. Was it that one? Is this the one that we're looking at? Is that proper? Still downloading. Total number of asteroids right now. 1,542,157. That's crazy. So many dang asteroids. That's not like a small galaxy though, no? Give it a little bit more time. See how much more movement we get. Seemed like there was more movement earlier. But I think we had a couple of extra stacks on it. Let's see what it does. Oh, it was Gator. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Some of these galaxy stars that we're looking at. That galaxy's pretty far. Was it 50 million light years away? Roughly on that one or no? Some of these stars are way out there. Most of these stars are pretty far out there. Not that far though. You're talking about like around 1,000 or less. Updated. Zoom in a little bit. Let's see anything showing up in this region. Nothing's pulling up. I don't know, man. Something fun right there. Look like a galaxy though, don't it? Almost. Almost. It's 3 minutes right here. It don't seem like it's moving much. Let me check. I hate that one. Let's go with like circle maybe. I can mark it a little easier and probably see it. There we go. It's a little bit better. See if it moves much over time. $50 million. Yeah. You're off zoom and enhance, right? Dude, that was funny, bro. I get a drink now. Jarvis zooming in hands. That's way too funny. Seem like it's moving much or no? You put it right on the tip. Should be a new image there. Black rock looking thing? The guy. Oh, right here. That's a dust on the camera. Little dust on the camera. You can see them every now and then, different areas. Go look at this real quick. We'll come back to that in a minute. It might be a small galaxy. Very possibly could be. Here's that supernova right here, right next to my head. I can't get it to come in any better. There we go. There's that supernova. How about propulsion systems? Way more advanced. It might be a satellite galaxy. Yeah. It kind of looks like a galaxy now that we're looking at it. I don't see any movement on it. There's that, and there's this here, right? Another defect or something. There may be a galaxy right here. A little satellite galaxy right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like right here. And there appears to be another one maybe right here. You try the Discord. Oh yeah, for sure. We can compare it real quick. It looks like a galaxy in a way. Oddly illuminated type galaxy, but there's something there. Not seeing anything else in the view. Hey, what up, Cindy? How are you? How's your night? How's your night? Me, this. Know what I could have done? Could have ran through Tycho, I guess. Just gotta take a lot of photos to get Tycho to do its thing. Ever used Tycho before or no, Cameron? I do have Tycho. Oh yeah, that's it. That's for sure it. Yeah. That's for sure it. That makes sense. Definitely looks like it to me. Definitely looks like it to me. Alright, let me speed up the camera. Go back over here and then zoom me out real quick. Swing over here real fast. Now use Tycho. This oh, so Tycho, what you do is you load up a bunch of images, and its algorithm is crazy. It's what a lot of people use to like detect like asteroids and comets, and it can submit it over to minor planetary, the minor planetary. And it like starts checking based off the coordinates and stuff to see if it found anything new. It's pretty cool. I'll have to show you someday what Tycho's like. You just got like obviously you just got to take a bunch of photos, and then process it. Satellite galaxy, just a smaller galaxy nearby. Vega. You guys want Vega? Shago. A little bit of Vega out there doing Vega stuff. Hanging out. How many stars are in our galaxy alone? Somewhere between 200 to 400 billion stars. There's a lot of it. Oh, Pathful, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see here real quick. Tycho. Let me go grab something real quick for it though. Did I do that properly? Crap. Did the wrong thing here. See if I have my deal for it. Is it in here? Maybe. That's Alpo. I don't think it's in there. It must be in the other one. Alpo, Alpo, Alpo. Taco. A little bit of craziness of Tycho anyways. So I'm bringing in some of the windows here. See how insane like everything is here, dude. You guys want to see what Tycho is? I'll give you a little bit of view. Like if you think some things are like really complicated, there's always a little bit more complicated. Always, 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 always a little bit more complicated. Let's try and grab the right one. Yeah, there you go. Here's what Tycho looks like. There's so much complications here. So you got to bring in like your calibration images, your debugger, your drizzle images, and evaluates the images. It goes through them really fast, so this thing is like super, super sweet how it actually operates. Yeah, get that out of our view now. Craziness. Tycho's an insane piece of software, bro, but you would love it, dude. You'd absolutely love it. Oh, you point high RTF at Vega once? Getting observation. Vega's still saturating. Oh, the detector 1 second through the clouds. No way. Yo, no way. That's crazy. That's super crazy. You think Vega's your favorite star? I'm kind of like that. Between Vega and Fomalhaut, like my two favorites for sure. This is Star Vega right here. And the star Vega is about 25 light years away from us. Really beautiful star. No confirmed or candidate exoplanets when it comes to Vega though. Vega is so bright. It's super bright. It's really bright. Supernova happened. What does the white dwarf? White dwarfs really not so much of a supernova issue. White dwarfs are more like when you're like a star like ours. That white dwarf is that core left behind. So instead of like a star imploding on itself, but this is something Camera probably do a little better getting into. But when like our star comes to the end, it'll turn to like a red giant. And they'll contract a little bit as it starts to fuse helium, gets hot enough and starts to fuse helium. And then as it gets low on the helium side, it starts to expand again to a red giant. And then it sheds out the atmosphere. It's quite the cosmic dance. So this is when you start to see a planetary nebula. And I'll show you one here in just a minute. Very orange here in New York City as it coming up over the horizon. Yeah, I love it. Any character was named Vega Fomalhaut? No way. Are you serious? Like Fomalhaut is such a beautiful star. Hi Justine, welcome in. You're back with Stevenson 218. Yo, keep it. Put it in your pocket. White dwarfs can go nova, yeah. Type 1A supernova. Happens on the white dwarf accretes matter, which is really interesting because we talk about like the blaze star as well. The blaze star is a reoccurring nova, and it's all sense like that flash effect that we see. It happens like every 80 years roughly, and it should be coming up anytime soon. Sagittarius A star, not from my location. Not from my location. All right, you guys ready to see want to see a planetary nebula? We could do that. M57. This is about 2,500 light years away from us. Tri-star light cluster. I'm confused on the question. I'm sorry. Tri-star light cluster. Kind of confused on that one. Let's go. Let's go get it. See if we can play solve this real quick. Get it pulled up. All right, friend. Yeah, it's so cool. Like I'm excited for. Obviously, Blaze Star. I've been hopeful for about 1.5 years now. Dang. But here's going to be a planetary nebula. Let's see if we can grab a little bit of light here. Planetary nebulas are really beautiful though. These in long term, these last about 25,000 years, but it continues to blow hours. Young star systems that pick these up, protoplanetary systems, actually get some of the elements here, and it's so amazing that the future stars are in good condition when it comes to this. It really helps with like formations of terrestrial planets, like what we live on here on Earth, and also with the life-giving elements like carbon, for example. Or every shining dotted galaxy. Most of them are stars that we see. Most are stars that we see. So many colors. It is so beautiful. Let's see if we can focus just a bit here, though. We're on the other side of the sky. We got to do a little bit more focus. Always focus, focus, focus. Always a focus, focus, focus. At least sorry, any minute now. Since golly, man. I've seen a galaxy. We just did a galaxy just a minute ago. We'll do another one. Hey Garage, how you doing? Welcome in. Let's see, did I focus right? It looks bad, don't it? Let's go the other way. Let's go the other way. Reminds you of an oyster. What's that above it? Stars. All kinds of stars. Oh, thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love and support, dude. I appreciate it. Very amazing colors. We'll get it here once we let the telescope settle in. Ooh, that's way out of focus now. What am I doing with the focuser tonight? What am I doing with the focuser tonight? Wait until we take the photo. It's really impressive. It is stunning. The focuser has a mind of its own, though. Almost seems like it's slipping in a way. Let's go a little higher. Kind of what it looks like it's doing. It's so silly on this telescope. If you guys know much about telescope, this one has the Star Zona feather focuser on it. And so the way the automatic focuser is actually set up, instead of being like on the typical focuser that you'd have on a Celestron, it's on the mini side of the Star Zona's feather focuser. And so it takes a lot to get to that little bit of a movement with that thing. It's crazy how long it takes. Absolutely crazy. And so, and the shaft's not really built for a focuser to be put on it. You don't have like that smooth part. So when you put in like your set screw, so it can actually grab it, just don't have it. And we tend to lose it too often. Way too often. You know, start slipping like what it apparently is doing now. All right, let's do it. Let's grab a photo. 60 seconds? You gotta say something crazy. 60 seconds sounds good. I heard you guys say it. Y'all said 60 seconds. I believe in it. Let's go for it. The color is so worth it. That's so true. Absolutely true. Let's see diamond terrain on Neptune. Have you ever gone that far? We can see Neptune when it's above the horizon, though. But not to see diamonds. That'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy. Definitely. I heard you guys say it 1 minute. I heard it. I heard you all say it out loud. Hi, Siobhan. Welcome in. How's your night? Okay, here we go. 29 seconds. Probably had you guys all hyped. What'd you miss? Not too much yet. We're going for a Planetary nebula right now. This is going to be the Ring Nebula. Beautiful Ring Nebula. It's a really nice telescope. I like this telescope. It's not like the one that I'd say is like, this is the best telescope to use, but I like the telescope. It's a really big telescope. Rainbow water drop incoming. Here it comes too. Good guiding at least, or tracking. Color calibration. Stretch. Give us light. Did not do a good job on color calibration. Try it one more time. We'll have to wait for the next image. Let's see what the next image does. Try to do like a temporary color calibration. Well, some of the brightness. It's super bright. If you look right in the center, you see the white dwarf, the core left behind from the star that came to the end essentially. Where's your telescope pointed? This is going to be in the Lyra. Looking out in Lyra. Looking out towards Lyra. Nah, thanks, Sweet Town. I appreciate it. The fungus that grows on stale bread. Wow. I don't want to eat stale bread. There's a lot of ionized gas here, yeah. Most of the hydrogen on the outside, you got helium on the inside. You got oxygen, carbon, also in here, nitrogen. There's a lot going on in this region. Now it looks like an eyeball. So beautiful though. You kind of zoom in a little bit more. If you look right in the center, you see the white dwarf, the core of that star that came to the end. Still expanding. It is, yeah. It'll continue to blow outwards. That white dwarf itself will eventually run out of energy. It don't create new energy at this point, so it's going to eventually run out of energy. And then theoretically after that, there'll be a black dwarf. Nailed it. Nice. Yeah, the colors are so beautiful. Let's see if I can do a color calibration now. 146 stars detected. 136 have good color info. 12 catalog stars with color in the field of view. 4 stars match the bound tolerance of 1 arc second. And guess what? It said no valid. It didn't care. It just didn't care. Let me just reset everything. I don't know what else to do. I'll reset that. We'll do that. I don't know if that'll help or not. Yeah, some of the brightness. Color calibration one more time. Ah, we got it. Finally. Oh, we got color calibration. We should be able to see it. Okay. There we go. Play Waffle in 2004. Nice. Or magnitude longer than the universe has existed. Yep, theoretically. Definitely a theoretical. Not really exploded. More like its atmosphere decide, hey, I'm going to leave. Your gravity can't win anymore. So it's pretty well. It's just like cosmic dance. The balance of like gravity and its pressure no longer agreed with each other. And so the atmosphere starts to kind of blow outwards. They have the distance dancer. It was a distance dancer. Like distance dancer. It is very beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah. Let me look at the ISS coming up again. Guess what I went for, Cameron? Just a bit ago. Kind of crazy, but I went for GOES 19. And actually watched GOES 19 for a bit. Don't ask me why. It was just something to do. GOES 19 is interesting if none of you guys know. So it's one of the satellites, the most recent satellite that went up for the National Weather Service, for NOAA. That takes photographs here on Earth to pick up the clouds and other things, moisture, cloud heights, lightning, all kinds of wildness stuff. There's a lot going on with it. But it also does a sous vide photos of the sun. And it's just geostationary satellite. So its orbit pretty much keeps it in one place, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, geosynchronous. Yep. You got like 15, 16, 17, or 15, 17, 18, 19 out there. 2 of them are like 15. 19 was a replacement for 15, and it's on backup right now. I just kind of moved it over. Still near the equator, of course. Never touch the bottom of anything because everything is floating near secure heights. Are you floating? Can't tell yet. It's the cosmos. Looking out the cosmos. Hey, secondary. We're all here for your common narrative. Oh my goodness. I appreciate it, Thomas. I appreciate that. D-Duck's floating. Anybody exorcist? It's like we need one of those. Petri just for a second. Oh, no way. Look how small it is, though. Really beautiful. What is going on here, man? Another one? This could be a binary star right there, that one. Looks like a binary star, maybe. Binary stars are actually really cool. Too much curve here, though. Oh, you're okay. The Earth is floating. Okay, okay. I thought you meant you were floating. Kind of scared me a little bit there. Where's that one at? Right there. What is this one? Mostly like a barred spiral almost, don't it? But the halo would be crazy. I don't know. I got no clue. Sometimes I just see stuff and it's like, what? What am I looking at? That actually looks really cool right there. Definitely looks like a galaxy with like spiral arms. Almost look like a bar in the beginning, but now don't. Kind of looks like a galaxy. That's where we're getting a little bit of shift on the telescope, but nothing else really. I mean, maybe we are getting a little bit of shift on the telescope. Kind of looks like maybe there was a little bit of shift. I should pull in like fainter galaxies into my view. I don't think I have it that high at all. You can do a plate solving and we'll check it. Oh, what's a galaxy? Dang! I haven't seen a galaxy, but... Oh, Thomas, dude, no way, bro. Gonna make me have like a seizure or something. Dude, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the love and support, man. I appreciate it. That'll go to something useful so we can keep upgrading. Solar telescopes is the last thing that we did. I don't know if you got to see the solar lives yet. But thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for that. Super blurry tonight? You think it's blurry? I think it's actually beautiful. We're looking over at Lyra. Currently looking at Lyra. Again, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, dude, this galaxy is really cool. What did it say it was? Let me grab it up again. IC1296 or 8. Yeah, IC1296. Again, Thomas, thanks, brother. Yeah, I'll tell him when. It's amazing. We're not alone here. Anyways, that's so true. That's so true. Alright, let's check. Let me pull that one up real quick. Let's see what the data is for it. Looks like a spiral galaxy, right? IC1296. Oh, distant dancer. Oh, thanks for the paparazzi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love and support, honestly. Truly appreciate it. It goes a long ways what we do. 1296. Oh, this is barred spiral galaxy, dude. A barred spiral galaxy. That's kind of what I was thinking in the beginning, then I was questioning if it was a barred spiral galaxy. Was there anything else in here? No, that was it. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a cool looking galaxy, though. Honestly. Looking at the photos online. It's actually really beautiful. Motor City, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Let's get fun, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. 238 million light years away on that galaxy. Dude, it's crazy looking. You see the photo of it? Golly, if you had a little bit of time to spend with it, it'd be insane to view. Alright, Distance, have an amazing night. Thanks for hanging out. I never noticed it either. Honestly, I never noticed it either. Now we're just looking at crazy stuff. Now we're just spotting crazy stuff. There's something else right here too. I can't tell what's going on. Can't tell what's going on there. This star here, I don't even know what's going on here. Looks like a binary star, but another? Is it triple star system? But this thing's huge, though. I got no clue. There's another little galaxy right down in here. And it looks like something right here. I got no clue what that one is. Maybe 4 stars. Maybe. Supernova in that galaxy in 2013. That's crazy. No way. Can you imagine trying to find that supernova, bro? No way. I mean, it had to have been crazy bright. There's a lot going on in that thing. Get a little bit more light. It's crazy cool though. 17 magazines? Wow. Dude, that's insane. And this is about 15 mag, right? Is that what you said? About 15 mag? Averaged out? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, sometimes you look at, like, the Ring Nebula, and you just start looking around, and you're like, oh, there's some crazy stuff out here. There'd be some crazy crap around. Anyways, back to the ring for just a minute, y'all. We do another color calibration here. We're getting the ring a little better. Watch some of the brightness. It's so darn bright now, ain't it? You guys see how just beautiful the Ring Nebula is? So stunning. Oh, thanks, Seabear. The 15 mag now, yeah. Crazy, man. Alright, where are we going now? We're gonna go up to now. Speed up the camera first. You guys want to go off to now? Probably dim for how close it is. That dust lane was actually beautiful. It was like right on that dust lane too. Was that hydrogen dust lane or no? The colors always amazing, aren't they, Sabo? Always beautiful. Able to see Andromeda. Late June. Hopefully late June before we can get a good view on Andromeda. Then we'll use a different telescope. We'll use... Yeah. I'll do this. Go for the ultra wide field. So this is like a really fast ultra wide field telescope from S-Wave Bunny. It's actually a really beautiful telescope. F4.5. It's like a really beautiful telescope. It acts more like a lens, a camera lens, but super fast and really wide field. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll go with that one probably for our view, most likely, I assume. Oh, the solar. Hey, Thomas, if you're still here, the solar telescope that we picked up recently is this one here, by the way. That's to be the dedicated solar telescope. It's a lot of fun. I just don't like taking the C11 off the mount constantly. I put this one on there. We got plenty of mounts, but I prefer the main mount that I use. I don't know why. I really prefer the EQ6R Pro Mount over almost all the other mounts that we have. On the bar spiral, it was... Let me grab it again. I had it somewhere. Let me pull it back up. IC1296. 1296. I typed that in for you. One, 296. There we go. Oh, okay. Carbon Ash, I got you. Like Suit Nash. I got you. I got you. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Let's go over here real quick. Got an idea. You guys want to go look at Bologna? No, not that much on the shelf back here. Let's go look at Bologna. Crazy Bologna. We get it all settled in. We'll play something real quick. Let's see Bologna. This is asteroid 28, by the way. Bologna. There's a lot of asteroids over in this region. A lot of asteroids in this region. So many of them. Bologna. Bayona. I don't say it correctly, but Bologna. That's Bologna. Check the image of the M57 for IC1296. Look for it, dude. It'd be worthy. It'd be definitely worth it. You like fried bologna? I kind of do. I don't mind fried bologna. It's not that bad. Honestly, not that bad. Yeah, let me check it real quick. Make sure it, okay. Bologna. Let me do one more plates off. And then, there we go. Asteroid Bologna. Like fried bologna. Nice. But here's an asteroid right here that we're looking at. How cool is that? A bright asteroid. Oh, mayo mustard, yo, for real. That's the way to go. There are so many asteroids over here, by the way, but this one's relatively bright when you look at Bayona. I don't know why the name's just so funny. Bayona. Alright, something really cool. Anybody like stars? Anybody like stars? Just mustard for you? Okay. It's good too. Like spicy mustard, spicy brown mustard. Space Telescope going up. It was scheduled in November, then September, maybe October now. Roman telescope is ready to rock and roll. Named after Nancy Grace, it is ready to rock and roll. It is getting there quick. See if I can move it in our view here real quick. You guys like stars? You love stars, Will? You're gonna love this. I'm gonna bring you a crap ton of stars real quick. We get pulled over just. Show the moon up close, please. If it's so tough to do. So tough to do. The problem with it is that it's so low on the horizon that the observatory walls get in the way. Tomorrow's your birthday! Oh, no way! Happy early birthday! I can wake up with the moon and stars. Oh, no way. Happy early birthday. Good to have you. It is a really awesome telescope. It's basically a Hubble takeover. There's some really cool technologies here, though. A buddy of mine works at Goddard, which is where they have been working on it. But this thing is 100 times the field of view of Hubble, essentially. It's just amazing. Hey, Elijah Roman Space Telescope. Oh, no way. And June, if I had any luck with that, dude, I hope you get on there. That'll be so awesome. It actually uses the cone system, so it can kind of block out a little bit of stars and get a decent view of exoplanets. It's jobs to go for exoplanets. So we're under 7,000 now. We're just over 6,000 exoplanets, like 6,000. I can't remember, 6,190, something like that. But when it gets up there, the amount of exoplanets is just going to skyrocket. Like it's going to skyrocket when Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope gets up there. And it's super exciting. Like that's honestly super exciting. But here's a lot of stars for you, by the way. Remote telescope of college telescope? Nah. That's what Cameron does, by the way. Cameron's if he wants to introduce himself, I'll let him type it out. Or heck, you can call if you want to jump in an audio and let people kind of, if you want to do like an audio, call my Discord or something. Pull you in. Color of the trail of a shooting star. Ionization with different elements in our atmosphere. Dude, it's gonna discover so much, man. Over 10,000 type 1A supernovae. It's gonna be so crazy. I'm excited for it. I'm super excited for it. K near star to us is about 4.5. Yeah, it is. Like how you said K. K. Porque hablan español para todo más en inglés, güey. Aye? Yo, big down. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the Great Hercules Globular Cluster. You want to take a photo of it? It's a blanket of diamonds. It's kind of like that. It's so awesome. Let's take a photo real quick. We don't even have to go anything wild here. It's so bright. We'll just do like 15-second photos. Look up, they're really beautiful too. It'll look stunning. It's almost like looking into Tico's eyes. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we do color calibration. Do we have enough stars? We do. Histogram stretch. Bring in some light, and you guys can just see how crazy this is out here. It's insane, ain't it? That's correct. They twinkle because of our atmosphere. Exactly right. That's crazy, ain't it? Nancy Grace Telescope later on this year. I hope so. There'll be time that it has to calibrate, though. When you send those up there, it has to calibrate. You got to get down the temperature, you calibrate them. It may not be the end of this year. I hope it is, though. I really hope it is, but it may not be. It may be next year before it actually comes through. Very well, maybe. Mind blowing. It is, yeah. So crazy. I love the colors in M13. The colors of the stars are what really make this up, to be honest. Like, let me pull out some of the brightness. I don't know if you guys can make out some of the blue stars or red stars. There's just so many colors up in here. Imagine living in the center of that. Yo, some of the stars near the center actually collide into each other. Cause a little bit of issues. Different on different planets then. I mean, yeah, some stars are massive and they still have planets around them. Some stars ain't massive, like our star. It's not that massive of a star. Your star colors can be a little different, where ours is, we get a lot of white light from ours, but it peaks like in the green spectrum, even though it's called a yellow dwarf star. But it peaks like in the green spectrum, but it's mostly like white light. Hey, what up, Mo? Welcome in. Cooling fans on your primary mirrors. I should. I do have it installed, but I don't use them. I should. It's actually nice. It's not really as much as the mirror and the SCT per se, but also just like trying to balance out the heat inside the telescope and try to get to be the same temperature outside temperature. So I really should kick them on. I never really do it though. It's better when you're doing like planetary views though. It's a lot better to do when you're doing like planetary views more than it is like DSO. DSO, you kind of just see through it and whatever. Collide with each other near the core. Yeah, near the core they get that way. Near the core. Mind blowing is this though. I know. Yeah, imagine living in the center there. It'd be insane. Hi Nathan, how you doing, buddy? How's your night? Cause I got that one. That bridge cooling fan uses a bunch of AA batteries. This one uses essentially 12 volt, but it all is like car, like your cigarette plug-in. And then there's like a bunch of those wrapped around near the pier. The concrete pier comes up over here. And just plug in, plug in, plug in, plug in. These stars, the Uranus, pretty much inside yours. If our star is a dwarf star, there's no way I can wrap my brain around how much bigger there is out there. It's so true. Yo, it's absolutely true. So dang true. So dang true. Alright, you know what I have noticed? Where's Jenny at? Did we, she never gets notifications, by the way. Never gets notifications for when I go live. I should tell her I'm live, huh? I'll be nice tonight. I'll be nice. Anyways, M13, the Great Hercules Globular Cluster, y'all. So many stars. Ah, Thomas. Detroit basketball 2-0 on the Cavs. Nice, dude. Again, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's some really good videos here on YouTube about star sizes. There is. All right, you guys ready for the next target? Y'all ready? Speed up the camera real quick. Let's go to the Blaze Star. Let's go to T Corona or Corona Borealis. The Blaze Star. I gotta type it in apparently. Blaze Star. Oh, you know what I did do? Yes, please. Let's go for it. Which I was trying not to drink. Your channel helps a lot. Man, you got this, B-Town. You got this, buddy. I believe in you, dude. What solar system do you think that they could overlap? Ooh, it'd be a bad scenario. It'd be all bad. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. You guys want to see the telescope? I should have probably brought that up, huh? And there you go. All right, let me bring up the telescope real quick for us. See the telescope, we swing it around. It's not going to go too far though. But 3, 2, and 1, and now let's move it over just a bit here. You can barely see the telescope, huh? I should have moved it over. The camera. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh my goodness. I'll move it over next time. Because off this planet, wouldn't be surprised if it has already happened. Dang. I mean, they made it to the moon. Alright, let's grab a little bit of light. Just a little bit of light. We'll place off it and we'll look at the Blaze Star. The recurring nova. It should go off any time now. There's a white core being fed by a red giant star. Or white dwarf star, sorry. Which is a core of an old star. And every now and then it just gets a little too much mass and it goes nova. Has a flash effect. So cool. When it does occur, though, it's going to look like there's a new sky or a new star up in the sky right above our head. For most of us here that are here in the USA, by the way. But there's going to be the blaze star out here. The white dwarf star is really, really faint. So here's the red giant star that we see now. When this happens, this is going to be a really bright area when we get to look at it. And we'll be like, wow, something happened here. But this happens about every 80 years. So it's a recurring nova. Listen tonight. Oh man, I wish I can. I don't know where Cameron went, but I was gonna let him call in if you guys wanted to hear from him. Let him do an introduction. He's a PhD student that studies supernovae, which is just absolutely awesome. Oh, V-Town. Thank you so much, V-Town. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. Hi, Jesse. How's your night? Welcome in. How was your night? But here it is, blaze star though. Beautiful blaze star. You guys want a really cool view too? Let's see how high this is. Let's see if it's high enough. Hopefully it's high enough for us to get to. This star follows the 80-year pattern. Yep. Man, it should have been last year or the year before and the year before. Craziness. Always waiting, aren't we? Always waiting. All right, here comes a really cool target right here. If you guys notice the by the star pattern, let's see if we can shift it over a little bit here. Hopefully you can notice by the star pattern. If you know anything about doing astrophotography, you'll probably notice these stars. Probably notice these stars pretty darn quickly, actually. Let me pull it over. Up and over. Hi, Tuxedo. How you doing? Good morning. How are you? Afternoon to you, I guess, huh? Know the struggle? Oh, no way, man. Dang. Glad you guys are staying sober. Wonderful idea. Anybody know what we're looking at right now? Anybody recognize this? Maybe. Justin, hey, how's it going, buddy? Since start, yeah. Yeah. Silly thing. Silly thing. We're always waiting. Let me take a quick photo real quick. See how we're looking out here. Oh, anybody recognize it? Oh, still got the camera on out there. Anybody recognize it? Just a really quick photo right here. Let me know if you can figure it out. Not Pleiades. Not Pleiades. Not the Big Dipper. Stargate 1. Has to be it. Yo, what up, Hayden? How you doing? You see the hand coming out? The eagle! Hey, Jenny. Hey, Jenny, she finally decided to show up. Jenny finally decided to show up. Let's do a little bit of focus real quick. Let's see if we can hit it real quick. Jenny finally blessed us tonight with her presence. There's Jenny. She's on playing a game all night. I know she was. She can't lie to us. She can't lie to us. I know she was playing a game all night. You missed some really cool targets, Jenny. We found some galaxies out in the middle of nowhere. It was kind of wild. Alright, let's go back a little bit on the focuser. A little bit. Let's see how this is going to look. Maybe a little bit more on the focuser. Felt like, oh, okay, I got you. Just in time for the beautiful eagle. Yeah. These hands. First thing I learned about star in elementary school was Big and Small Dipper. Yeah, there you go. Or like the Small Dipper dumps into the Big Dipper. All right, let's do it. Y'all ready? Let's try. I think we're good. 60 seconds. Ah, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's all good. It's been a nice live tonight. Everybody's been chill. Everybody's been really chill. And again, if you're just coming in, hey, welcome in. Tonight we're using the C11 Telescope with the S-Wave-Vonni's SV405CC Camera. Why sponsor stars? Need to clean your lens? I know, I need to get rid of the stars above us. Right now we're going to go for the Eagle Nebula, which is absolutely stunning. The Eagle Nebula itself is a stellar inertia where new stars are forming. We'll see the pillar creations in here. Pillar creations became really famous back in the 1990s from Hubble Space Telescope. It's absolutely awesome. Ah, Desiree, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the sparkles. Thank you. You guys want to hit subscribe? This is what we do. Astronomy, whether we're looking at the sun, the moon, planets, moons around planets, galaxy nebulae, globular cluster, stellar inertia, and all these other wild things. Feel free to do so. And feel free to jump in. Chat up with us. There's a filter to block the stars. It's called a lens cap. Truth. Absolutely true. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Get rid of the background real quick. We're gonna try to correct the colors a little bit. Bring in some brightness. We'll start to see the beautiful Eagle Nebula out here. Or did I just freeze up? No, we're good. We didn't freeze. I thought at first it froze. Yo, where'd my lights go? Oh, thank you so much, Tuxedo. Dude, I thought my lights turned off there for a minute. Thank you, Tuxedo. I appreciate it. I thought my lights turned off on me. Like, no! Computer's still on. Could have lost a connection, but still. What the heck? Here's the beautiful pillars of creation. So, how crazy is that? Thank you so much, Tuxedo. Thank you for the love and support, brother. I appreciate it. Oh, thanks, V-Town. The telescope's a really nice telescope. Luckily, I did a lot of maintenance on it. I did collimation, and we did the polar alignment. So we should be set. Should be set for spring and the summer. Good until at least next winter. Lots of red. Yeah, lots of red. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, no way, Thomas. I went right back to it. Man. Gotta kick the alcohol. Sleeping. I hope you can. I hope you can definitely kick it, brother. How far can I see? I can see my monitor. It's like 2 feet in front of me, roughly. If I look at this wall, it's closer to like 4 foot. That wall is about 4 foot. If I put my hand right here, I can see really close though. I know what you're saying. I'm just jacking with you a little bit. It's not about how far you can see. It's how bright the target is. And how large the target is at the end of the day. I know what you meant. But the telescope's a light bucket. It just collects light. Essentially just collects light. Earlier we got a galaxy that was, I can't even remember. How far was that galaxy? Cameron? 300 million light years or no? It was way out there though. I don't even remember how far it was. You can get way out there with the telescope. Definitely where stars are born. Yeah, this is a stellar nursery out here. $237 million light years. There we go. 237, 238. We can get pretty far out there if you really want to, especially if we put in like the focal reducer. Then we can pick up light a lot faster. 238. With the focal reducer, though, we can pick up light so much faster. Quite a bit faster, actually. About 30 times, or 30% faster at the end of the day. And it's just, things are stunning at that point. Like, really stunning. You must have missed it earlier, Cameron. I was asking if you wanted to jump in with me on Discord real quick and introduce yourself. I don't know if you're listening or not. I think you fell asleep. You fell asleep for like a slight 5 minutes. Let's see if we can do a color calibration. Still can't do a color calibration. We'll try it this way though. We will get it somehow or another. We'll get the pillars to show up. I believe in it. Can't see the galaxy on our 20-inch primary mirror. Which one is that? Which galaxy? Google is always crazy. Hop in for a second. Yeah, anytime you want, man. Just call my Discord. I'll bring it right through. It should work, no problem. Got a headset over here somewhere. Watching from Portugal? Oh, no way. Welcome in, Beth. How's Portugal? I see 296, the only one. The image. Purple scope, so it looks really good. I got you. But you can actually see it on it, though. All right, Tuxedo, have an amazing night. Pick up your dad from the airport in the morning. Don't forget him. Tuxedo, don't forget him. Do not forget him. All right, I'm coming in. I see you. Can you hear me okay? Make sure you're there. Make sure I can hear you. Okay. Yep. All right, let me pull you in here real quick. I'll let you introduce yourself and then... Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear Cameron.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear Cameron okay?
But I can hear myself on stream, so it should be good.
Okay, good. There we go. Have an amazing night, Spell. All right, I'll let you introduce yourself. My bad, bro.
Yeah, so I'm Cameron Pfeffer. I'm a graduate student at the University of Hawaii Institute for Astronomy. I study supernovae. It's my area of research. I run models on supernovae, and I look at them through the telescope. Mostly I use the infrared telescope facility, which is IRTF, which is on the top of Mauna Kea, the big mountain on the big island of Hawaii. Yeah, so I mostly research type 1a supernovae, which are thermonuclear supernovae. That's when a white dwarf explodes, but I look at all kinds of supernovae. It's really either massive star collapsing its core or white dwarf. Those are really the two kinds that you get.
Dude, super awesome, man. Super awesome. So you guys ever see him in chat? Cameron. You'll hear him say, "Oh, let's go look at this supernova," and you guys get it now. He's not crazy. It's just what he does. But he's a super awesome.
He's crazy too.
I'm trying to help you out a little bit. There you go. Is that a Wolf-Rayet star? That becomes a type 1a supernova.
Wolf-Rayet actually tend to do core collapse. So Wolf-Rayet are really massive stars, and those are how you get a type 1b or c supernova. So I guess I'll break down what the typing of supernovae are. If it's type 1, that means there's no hydrogen in the spectrum. If it's type 2, there is hydrogen. So type 1a is a white dwarf, which already kicked off its outer layers, and that's a white dwarf exploding. You don't see any hydrogen in it. But you can still get a massive star to cause a supernova without hydrogen, and that can come from a Wolf-Rayet star, because Wolf-Rayet are so massive that when they get near the end of their lives and they start burning their helium, they actually start putting out so much radiation that it pushes away the hydrogen. It throws off its hydrogen outer layers, and then when it collapses as a core collapse supernova, it doesn't have any hydrogen. So we call that a type 1b if there's helium still, or a type 1c if there's no helium and no hydrogen.
It is, do you work on site or do you do it remotely?
I do it remotely for the most part. I have observed from the summit just one time. We actually, in the PhD program for astronomy, they take all the first years up to the summit to observe one night. So I got to go up for that. I can go back, it's just not very convenient. It makes more sense to observe from home. Almost all observing is done remotely nowadays. There's an operator on the top, like actually at the summit, who you tell, like, oh, slew to this position, I want to go to this target. But then I set all the exposure times and get all the instruments configured the way that I like, and then take my spectrum. So really, I just tell the operator where to point, and then I do the rest.
Beth says, Cameron, I'm going to Hawaii to visit you, dude.
I don't blame you. It rocks here. It's really nice. I'm new here. I just got to Hawaii about a year ago now at this point. I've been in a PhD program for 3 years, and my advisor, who I met at Virginia Tech, which is where I started my PhD, he pulled me over into his office one day and said, guess what? I got a job in Hawaii. Do you want to come? And I could not say no to that. So 2 years into my PhD, I picked up and moved over to Hawaii, and it's been a change for the better. This place rocks. No hate on Virginia Tech. Great school. I really like the area, but it's no Hawaii.
No. Any UAPs?
No. Never seen anything I couldn't explain in the sky.
It's pretty much what you get from most of.
You'd think, like, I mean, I was an amateur astronomer before I was professional. And that's who you would expect to see all these UAPs. You know, us amateur astronomers are always looking up, and we're not the people who are reporting UAPs because we're not seeing them.
Can you tell how long ago the supernova occurred before y'all are able to see it?
Yeah, so the way we do that is from redshift. So usually that is either from the galaxy or from the supernova itself. You take a spectrum of it, and a spectrum is when you split the light into all of its colors, and you can tell where there's specific emission lines. Like, for example, hydrogen alpha. If that hydrogen alpha is actually a little bit red of where it should be, it's pushed to the red part of the spectrum, that's because the galaxy is receding from us, because the universe is expanding, and the expansion is accelerating. We call that redshift. And we can use our cosmology models to walk that back and figure out how far away the galaxy has to be receding at that speed, which causes the redshift on the lines that we're looking at. So that's how we figure out how far away things are and how long it's been since that light was emitted.
Nathan says, kind of funny that you're in Hawaii for the scope, but never go there. You want to kind of explain the technical aspect of why you don't want to set.
Want to go? It's just not convenient. I'm taking classes right now. I actually just finished. I took a final yesterday, and I'm through the semester. I can't just pick up and go to the Big Island whenever. I mean, it's not that hard. It's like a 45-minute flight, but I got other stuff to do. I got classes to take. During the summer, I think I'm going to take some time to go over to the Big Island to observe. It just makes more sense to observe from home, though.
So, Star wants to know, are you able to study the gravitational waves from the supernova at your research facility? I assume like the LIGO?
I don't have access to that. That's not in Hawaii. But that is the thing people are looking at, especially with core collapse supernovae. There's some gravitational wave signatures people expect from those. You need a really close core collapse supernova though, and we're waiting on that. Need one in Andromeda. I've been trying to make it happen, but they keep telling me no.
That'd be awesome. So Nathan says shift happens. Right.
Yeah, the shift happens. You get redshift.
Shift happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
all the supernovae I look at are redshifted.
Yeah. You feel like a lot of scientists don't want to understand the unknown because it contradicts their beliefs. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know that's actually true. Like, I think if you really, really love science and you want to be found like your theory is not perfect, because that's what makes progression. You want to know that there's something more. So I think in the science community,
I want to observe a supernova that makes no sense to me. I want to find a supernova that contradicts everything I know, because that'll be huge. Like, we'll learn so much from that.
There you go. You never seen Ginny mad, because that's going to be the next thing. That would be the supernova you would not understand when Ginny gets mad. Cameron, do you do any radio astronomy at all? Or is IR?
I don't do any radio astronomy. Optical is generally what people go for supernovae, but the IR is kind of an unexplored space, and we're working on that in Hawaii with the Hawaii Infrared Supernova study. You can look that up. I'm a part of that collaboration, and there's a lot to be learned in the near infrared. There's some specific emission lines down there that you can see. One that I'm really interested in is there's a helium line around 1 micron, 1.08 microns, and that can help us differentiate these 1B supernovae from 1C supernovae. And that's the strongest helium line for the most part. So that's one thing we can learn in the infrared. I don't do any radio astronomy. It's just not my field. It's very different. I mean, it's a very different way to study the sky with a giant antenna rather than a telescope. It's the same principle, but it all kind of works a little bit differently. You usually need to do interferometry. It's just not what I've studied in.
So I picked up some stuff for the radio astronomy, got the setup for Jupiter to get the Io Jupiter storms. Oh my goodness, bro. Those cables are like 24 foot and you got 2 of them. It's just, radio astronomy is wild. And then you get like expensive equipment.
It is, yeah.
Up, and that's a whole different thing though, but we do have the dish, and I need to get one more part to get the hydrogen line. Right now I have the dish looking at GOES 18 because I wanted, or GOES 19, I wanted to grab the satellite data, which is super awesome to actually get live. Like, that's really cool. Not live, but right when it takes that image, it sends it out. So back in 5 minutes, I start seeing it. It's one of my favorite things for sure. With the radio astronomy, is just even kicking into that aspect of looking at the satellite data and get the SUVI data. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, actually.
You ever taken a look at WOHG64 in the large Magellan? Oh my goodness, I can never get it right.
I don't know what WHG64, but I have seen the Large Magellanic Cloud, and I've got to say, the southern hemisphere kind of kicks the northern hemisphere's butt in terms of deep sky objects, just because of the Magellanic Clouds. They are amazing to look at with the naked eye. It's like the Orion Nebula is huge and bright in the sky. It's just amazing to look at. And if you ever get a chance to go to the southern hemisphere, you got to go check it out. Jenny asked about JWST data. I work on, so my advisor has had a lot of success in applying for James Webb, especially in the early cycles. And right now I'm working on a research project with James Webb data of the Type 1a supernova 2024 EPR. And I'll be publishing that probably later next year, later this year, early next year, something along that lines. We're looking at stable nickel lines in the James Webb spectra, which can tell us about the density of the white dwarf before it exploded and while it was exploding.
Do you want to tell her about what's coming up hopefully in June or no? Next June.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know that I'm actually getting this, but I applied to analyze Roman Space Telescope data. I put in a proposal to analyze the Type 1a supernovae that it will discover, which it's supposed to discover like over 10,000 Type 1a supernovae. And the thing that I was interested in is how they evolve actually with redshift, and specifically the metallicity of the supernova. So like, how many elements that aren't hydrogen or helium are in the white dwarf before it explodes? I guess it's made of carbon, but other than that, the metallicity is the things that were in the star before it became a white dwarf.
That's a good one. Is there a limit to how fast the expansion of the universe can speed up? The universe is not under any obligations to any laws that we could understand. It's going to do what it wants.
We can try to understand them, but it's a little hard to wrap your head around. But yeah, the universe can expand faster than the speed of light, and that is a thing that it does. There's something called the cosmic event horizon, or the edge of the observable universe, if you will, which is where things beyond that are receding faster than the speed of light, and we'll never see them.
Now, there is some information coming out whether we're still expanding faster or not. I don't know if you read any of this yet, Cameron. So there's a little bit of contradiction in that thought process. Are we starting to slow down finally? It used to be said that we would expand faster today than yesterday, but some of this data is suggesting maybe not as much anymore.
I think you're talking about Wawa CDM, which is a very funny name for this, but CDM is the cold matter theory. Lambda CDM is our it's the most prominent cosmological model. It's where we have the accelerating expansion of the universe. Wawa CDM introduces another parameter, which is the change in dark energy over time. So there might be a change to the acceleration, and that could be it slowing down. Right now, it's inconclusive. The error bars are too big to say one or the other. But we do know the universe is expanding, and the Hubble tension is maybe a bit overblown. We have the Hubble constant pretty nailed down. It's like, plus or minus a few kilometers per second per megaparsec here. The problem is that the Planck study has a different number than you get from measuring the expansion through measuring distances to supernovae, but they're still pretty close. We're talking like 68 kilometers per second per megaparsec versus like 72. We've got it nailed down pretty well.
So we're going to do big snap, the big crunch, or the big freeze.
Oh man, it's anybody's guess. I don't know. I don't have a preference. I think probably the heat death. That sounds like the furthest off and least violent. Maybe the most boring though.
Kind of interesting. Except no one would know that one. Drano says the sky is just a reflection of the ocean. The stars are just the ships. I can get this one.
Sure, if you want to believe that.
I'll get this one for you. And your brain's a reflection of nothing. Your two brain cells are racing for third place. Have science ever figured out what is dark matter energy?
We know what we know what it's doing. We don't know what it actually is, like what particle does it. We know that dark energy expands and accelerates the expansion of the universe, and dark matter is basically the matter that we can't see. It seems that galaxies have stronger gravity than just the sum of their stars and gas and dust would suggest. So that's what it is. We don't really know what it is though. What particle is dark matter and what's causing dark energy? These are all giant questions.
I'll go to detail. I like detail. To say science isn't about belief is completely ignorant. Sorry, not sorry.
There is plenty of belief in it, but you got to back it up with data and with facts. But I mean, some theory is, you know, like we're trying to think about these things, and we come up with ideas and we shoot them down, and that's kind of how it goes.
Drano says this too a lot, dude. I'm glad you got a good heart, man. Good to see you, by the way. Welcome in.
Yeah.
You took that one pretty
you.
nice. That's your own dark matter, yes. Possibly matter and antimatter particles popping out in and out of existence, similar to like ghost particles. So it'd be interesting.
Yeah, like virtual particles. I think this has been ruled out, that it's just the energy of the vacuum popping into particles. I think that this idea has been ruled out. I can't speak to exactly why, but I believe this has been thought of.
Yeah. Virtual particles are pretty wild. Virtual particles, ghost particles, like you're getting into like crazy crap at this point. Stuff way.
They're real. Virtual particles are real.
Yeah, like these things are seen. It's just like you go into this realm, you're looking at the difference of like let's think of like a magnet. You can measure it and it seems smooth, the magnetic field, but then you get into the other side and it's like a very chaotic scenario. So like you're getting to points that are like really, really complicated though at that stage.
Yeah.
Of knowledge.
Getting into the weeds.
Yeah, just super complicated. Astronomy has some cool words.
I don't know everything at the edge of knowledge, by the way. I've got plenty to learn myself. I'm still a student.
Yeah. So here's a good one. Astronomy has some cool words. I don't get to say dark matter particles in my job, so I'm listening here. And it's actually funny. Astronomy has the worst terminology, in my opinion. Like,
so much of it is archaic and held over, and people just cling to terminology. Like early type galaxies. Like ellipticals are called early type galaxies. You'd think they're like young. They're the old ones. It's like magnitude is backwards from what you would expect. It's all holdover stuff. But there are some pretty cool terms, like dark matter.
Yeah, you get into quantum level at that point, Nathan. Oh, Jace, thank you so much, brother. Star love, one love. Hi, all. Thanks, Jace. I appreciate it, buddy. I think it is actually funny. Even think of like our star, a yellow dwarf star. And we continue.
It's green.
It peaks in green.
Well, it will never change. It's set in stone. You just got to figure out what the people a century ago were saying, and we stick to that. Because at this point, if we tried to change it, we'd have to go back and retcon all the literature. It would be a pain.
The only thing you can change is Pluto from a planet to a dwarf planet.
Yeah, apparently.
That's fine.
I had a professor at Virginia Tech who was adamant that Pluto was a planet. Just because he wanted it to be. Because after all, as I was saying in chat, it is a label. Like, yeah, we make these distinctions so that we don't have 100 planets in the solar system, because that would be a pain to have to memorize all, 100 planets, because Pluto is just as much a planet as Ceres or Makemake. But I don't know. Pluto's special in my heart.
Here's a good one. I think we can both do this one probably. Who's your favorite scientist?
It's got to be Carl Sagan for me. I don't know.
Interesting.
The original Cosmos is something special.
I think I would go with Henrietta Leavitt, personally.
Yeah, that's a good choice as well.
When you're in school, Pluto was definitely a planet. I got you. You guys don't know Henrietta Leavitt, you definitely should check her out. Learn a little bit about her story. She's absolutely awesome, kind of the things that she went through, but understanding the human calculators, the yardstick methods, it's just a wonderful story to understand. What are your thoughts on
my favorite scientist that I've met has got to be I'll talk about Voyager in a moment, but my favorite scientist that I've met has got to be Nydia Morel. She taught me to use my first professional telescope. I went to Chile and operated the SWOPE telescope. She is a legend. She's this older woman. She's like 4'1.5" or something, and she just goes all night observing. She has infinite energy and endless expertise. Shout out Nydia Morel.
Yo, that's amazing.
And Voyager. What are my thoughts on Voyager? I mean, it's spectacular. It's an awe-inspiring mission. It's so cool.
Something that's still ongoing from so far back there. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're still communicating with Voyager. I think they just powered down one of the instruments to conserve energy or something like that, but it's still going.
Yeah. You like Mr. Wizard? Mr. Wizard from Wizard World. Does he count as a scientist? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know Mr. Wizard. I don't know who that is. I'm sure he's great.
I mean, if his name's Wizard, you know he's great.
Yeah.
It's crazy they keep doing software updates, keeping it alive. It's amazing. It's so far out there. It's almost I can't remember, November. That'll be roughly 1 light day away. So like when you send a signal out to it, it takes 1 day to get that signal to it. It's absolutely crazy. They're down 2 instruments now. Insane. You remember Mr. Wizard? That's way old school. Has to be. I'm too young for that.
Yeah.
Big D says, they're still talking to Voyager, but my cell phone signal dropped. My cell phone dropped signal on the freeway for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the nuclear batteries, as the Star Traveler was saying. I believe it has an RTG on board, radioisotope thermoelectric generator. So it uses nuclear material just to create heat, and then it creates electricity from the heat.
Insane. You grew up watching the old Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Nice. Definitely an inspirational guy.
Yeah, I prefer it to the newer Cosmos. It's got a special charm to it.
Nice.
It doesn't have the flashy CGI, but it rocks.
Are you a member of any organizations or anything?
I mean, scientific collaborations, yeah. I'm a part of MIRSNAC, the Mid-Infrared Supernova Collaboration, HIS, the Hawaii Infrared Supernova Study, and EPESTO, which is a supernova classification group. As far as, like, recreational groups, I guess I'll shout out the Northwest Jersey Amateur Astronomers. That place rocks. I was going there in undergrad. That's probably the astronomy club I frequented the most. They have a 25-inch telescope there. It's crazy.
So you're not a member of the Planetary Society?
No, I'm not.
This guy. That's actually awesome. So I'm a member
Maybe
of the
I should
Planetary
be.
Society, and I'm also the observational research for the Association of Lunar and Planetary Observers, or ALPO.
Oh, cool.
South Dakota Rock Club. What? 1.21 gigawatts. What? That's crazy. 1.2.
Just trying to go back in time.
Yo. Long way for us, but yeah. Yeah, not when it relates to the universe. Yeah, 1 light day ain't nothing. Jimmy says the flux capacitor. That is so funny. I don't know. Is that all your questions you guys got? You guys could ask me a question. You get them for me.
Yeah, I'm down to talk about whatever. Obviously, supernovae, though, that's where I actually know what I'm talking about. I've got a lot of peripheral space knowledge, but my expertise is in supernovae and how they explode.
I'll bring in more light for us too. Oh, look at that. That's so stunning.
You still looking at the eagle here?
Ooh, thoughts on exoplanets that orbit stars so closely. How is that possible?
Yeah, and it seems like it's pretty common. You get a lot of hot Jupiters, although there's a big observation bias there. Hot Jupiters are easier to detect.
So,
They have a stronger pull on their star, and they're also more likely to transit. So we see a lot of exoplanets that are close to their stars because they're easier to see when they're closer to their stars. So that doesn't mean that most are close to their stars like that. But as long as they're not inside the Roche lobe, they're not going to get torn apart. So they can be as close as they want, as long as they don't get so close that they're tidally disrupted.
So, Tico, just kind of like to hit that thought too, man. One of the coolest things that actually was discovered not too long ago is that there's a terrestrial planet outside of where they find the planets, like kind of like Jupiter's, like Neptune's, which is very interesting because the thought of having a terrestrial planet on the outside instead of being like something with high volatiles out there is really wild, really wild. As a kid, I always heard about supernovae. I always wondered what a nova was. That's a good one.
Yeah, there's kind of a weird gray line between the two of them, and we're still trying to connect this perfectly. But the difference between a nova and a Type 1a supernova, the outcome is different in that in a nova you don't destroy the star, and in a type 1a supernova the white dwarf is completely destroyed. But it seems like mechanically the difference is, like with the blaze star, you have hydrogen accreting onto the outer surface of the white dwarf, and the hydrogen explodes and causes the nova, but it doesn't destroy the star. With the type 1a supernova, you're accreting usually heavier material and maybe building it up at a different speed. I'm not sure of the exact specifics on this and why the nova doesn't destroy the star, but the biggest difference is that in a type 1a supernova, one of the ways you can get it is by accreting helium onto the surface, and the helium detonates with a larger explosion than the hydrogen would, and this sends a shock wave to the center of the white dwarf that compresses the center, and that triggers the entire white dwarf to explode. So that's one way you get a type 1a supernova.
Is your supernova analysis 100% by computer?
I guess I'm yeah, I mean, I guess I would say it is. We run explosion models. So like I can't go, explode a type 1a supernova in the laboratory and see what happens. So we observe supernovae, we take all the data that we can, and then we run simulations of the exploding stars using the physics that we know. And we try to figure out what happened that caused that kind of supernova. So a lot of it is running models, yeah.
Are supernova, or do supernova happen often? Quite often?
Yeah, they happen all the time. So there's this thing called the transient name server, and that's where I spend many hours in a day scrolling it like it's Twitter, just like looking for new supernovae. They happen, it varies based on reporting. Like sometimes you'll have a slow day and then the next day all the reports come in. But it's usually, I would say, like about 20 supernovae a day get reported to the transient name server. They can be unconfirmed, so it could be other things like a nova or a variable star, cataclysmic variable star. So like things get reported that are maybe not all supernovae. But yeah, I would say about like 20 a day, and those are just the ones that we see happening all over the universe, and we can only detect the ones. I think I lost connection there for a second.
Yeah, you did for a second.
Yeah.
Where
did I get cut off?
You got to we only did observed, right about where you said observed.
Oh, all right. we get about 20 a day, and we can only those are the ones that we observe. So there's many more that happen in the universe. They're just too far away for us to detect.
It's kind of a good one. I think there's a little bit more to this question, but does space stay the same temperature always, or does it get heated and cooled from different events? I assume
that's a great question.
Towards the supernovae side.
Yeah, so I just took a class this semester called the Interstellar Medium, where we talked about this a lot, and the temperature of different material in galaxies and the intergalactic medium between galaxies. But yeah, it's a balance of heating and cooling. Supernovae heat the interstellar medium, so do the birth of young stars, like we're looking at here in the Eagle Nebula. This is an area where things are being heated by hot young stars, yeah. And then there's cooling, which happens through emission. So we see this is Eagle. This is a reflection, right? I think this is a reflection nebula.
Yeah.
But you can have
ionization.
You can have
reflection in here.
Yeah.
Ionization.
Things cool by emitting light, and they get heated by absorbing light. So the things that emit light, that heat things, tend to be hot young stars and supernovae. And you can have shocks form when these new stars start forming, when supernovae happen, shock heating. So there's a big balance. Not all of space is the same temperature. Things tend to range between about 100 Kelvin and 8,000 Kelvin, the typical temperatures.
What's the most interesting, mind-blowing thing that you observed or discovered when looking at or studying supernova?
Huh. That's a hard question. I don't know. Just honestly, just the experience of it is mind-blowing to me. That I'm there operating a telescope, like not in my backyard on my 8-inch unguided Dobsonian, but I actually get to use like IRTF. That's the most mind-blowing thing to me, because I'm just having a blast up there. But the supernovae themselves, I know what I'm going for to look at, so I'm not usually surprised by what I see, but you can be surprised by the data after the fact, like what's in the spectrum. We just had one 26 KIE that you were looking at earlier. This one seems very interesting, actually. I'm leading the follow-up project on this one, and we're going to try to learn everything that we can from it.
Oh, this would be a fun one for you. I'll let you get this one too. What makes a star? Not like the particles, but what does something need to qualify as a star versus a planet, per se?
The difference between a star and a planet is going to be fusion. So you need fusion to be occurring at the center of it. So there's this kind of intermediary object called a brown dwarf. That's when you have a planet that's so massive that it actually starts fusing a little bit of, I think, lithium and tritium in its core. And then you're like kind of on the edge. It's starting fusion and it's stopping fusion. So that's the difference, though, is once hydrogen fusion initiates in the core, then you have a star, not a planet.
Usually, like when you think of a star, though, it's something that got enough mass and enough heat that it was able to start fusing. Brown dwarfs are interesting. Brown dwarfs are relatively small. They're like the size of Jupiter, but a ton of mass, like so much mass. I only remember 86 times the amount of mass of of Jupiter itself. So
it can actually be smaller than Jupiter. Is the fun thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like, imagine taking
more massive but smaller radius
to put together. So the volume don't matter at the end of the day. It's the mass. It's always the mass, the heat, and then finally you get to where you can fuse. Planets orbit stars, but that's not always true, because like you can look at like jumbos. Jumbos are binary planets that look just like Jupiter in a sense, or the size of Jupiter, and they're wandering out there. They kind of took off and left.
You can also have stars orbiting stars.
You can have stars orbiting stars, and you can have stars that get farted out of the galaxy, which you got wandering stars that even leave galaxies. So it's really crazy. There's definitely stuff out there. But stars would be those that would be able to fuse, have enough mass, had enough heat to be able to ignite, like fuse, or to fuse elements. Is it true that space smells like hot metal? I don't smell hot metal.
I have no idea.
I'm in space.
I thought I heard that the moon maybe smelled like gunpowder, like, or something.
Gunpowder, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, like, you take this solar wind.
It looks like it might.
It looks like it might. It's true. Can a star become a planet or vice versa? That's actually a great question. Technically, a planet could.
Yeah, I could see a scenario. I'm not like a planetary dynamics guy and how often planets merge like that, but maybe.
Now, it wouldn't.
I don't know. The formation of stars it's a whole thing. You got a protoplanetary disk, and there's a lot going on there. It would, but like I guess in theory you could have two brown dwarfs that are like edge case brown dwarfs merge and make a real star. Why not?
Yeah, it's like going the opposite direction would be a different story, because.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely could. Like, you can imagine if you just had a bunch of gas planets nearby and somehow they came together. Then you could essentially get to that point. I don't know of anything similar to, but
yeah, it's all about actually colliding and not just ejecting one another. When you have really close gravitational interactions, things get flung out rather than colliding with each other. So,
sure. I mean, this could be true. Maybe like in even a globular cluster. That's a possibility. Something like that could occur somewhere like that, possibly. I could.
Yeah, that would be more likely.
But maybe. Yeah, star formations are pretty wild though, and you get kind of like what he said. You got it's basically a huge disk of gas, and it used to be thought as completely plain, but there's like a deviation, like 7% or something like that. And you get gas to start collapsing into each other. It's cold gas, by the way. But then you start to hit really high temperatures, and then you get the gravitational pulls, and then you get really high temperatures, and it just starts fusing elements, mostly hydrogen, as what you normally see on a main sequence star. Man, I'm sure we missed a few up here. Rogue planets are wild. Rogue planets are pretty wild. It said you were true.
Assume that all knowledge that we've gained in our limited access to space will be consistent across space. That does seem to be the case. It seems like the laws of physics are the same everywhere. When we look at distant galaxies, the dynamics at play seem to be the same that we see in the local universe.
You gotta always remember, though, the universe has no obligation to follow the laws or theories or anything like that. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. That's crazy. Big D, thank you so much. We'll hook up Cameron so we can get him a coffee out there. Is the universe really expanding?
Yeah, it definitely is. 110% the universe is expanding. We see this with redshift primarily. when you, I guess I can explain redshift for people who don't know. You know about the Doppler effect, where you have like an ambulance moving at you, you hear the pitch of the sound shifted. The same thing happens with light. The pitch of the light is its color, though. Its color gets shifted when something is moving at you very fast or away from you very fast. It gets either blue shifted if it's moving at you or red shifted if it's moving away. And we can see that the more distant a galaxy is, the more red shifted the light is. And this accelerates. So things that are very distant are moving away extremely fast. There's nothing that's very far away and moving at us, essentially. And this proves that the universe is expanding. And this was done through supernovae, because type 1a supernovae are standardizable candles. We can figure out how bright they are. And when you know how bright something is, you can measure how bright it looks and figure out the distance from that. So we get measurements to distant galaxies from that, and we can see that the more distant ones have a higher redshift.
I think one of my favorite things about red shifting and blue shifting, though, is whenever you look, like, I don't know if you guys ever seen stars that are not here, and we're looking at sunspots, right? And so the cool thing is, when you're looking at a star, and you see like the dimming effect and stuff, and where you're seeing it coming around, it's really slow. And what you're looking at too is you're looking at the red shift, so the stars moving away on one side and the blue shift on the other side. And this is how you can actually make a model where you find like sunspots on stars that are way out there. So it's really cool. You don't actually observe it, but you take that data and you put it together and you actually see that. So even on the small scale, red shift and blue shift is really important.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
You can get rotational velocity.
Yeah, rotational velocity from it. It's so cool. What happens to stars near the that collide in the dense center of globular clusters? I've been asking this and didn't know how to.
About specifically in globular clusters, but I do know there's some stellar collisions make a certain kind of transient. When I say transient, I mean something like a supernova, an object in space that we see get bright and then dim again, a transient object. But this specific kind is called a luminous red nova, and we believe those come from stellar collisions. There was one in Andromeda not too long ago, I think last year, end of last year.
I think we lost him for a second again.
Am I back?
I think so. Yeah.
Sorry, my connection's a little bit spotty. But yeah, you can
Go ahead.
you can get stellar collisions. We call those luminous red novae, and there was one in Andromeda just last year.
Oh, this is a good one for you, man. How are globular clusters formed?
That is actually a really good question, because I don't know the answer, and I don't think we know completely the answer. They seem to be very old, so they're going to come from a burst of star formation early on in galaxy formation, but I don't think we're completely certain how those form. We don't see them forming, from what I understand.
A lot of it appears to be from like galaxies collide with each other, where you get a lot of gas and all the gas starts coming together and it starts collapsing, and you get these massive amount of stars.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of one of the leading thoughts, is that it's from galaxies colliding with each other.
Yeah, I buy it.
I'll go with it. I mean, but they're old stars. That's the thing. They are super old stars whenever you look at it. And some of the great stars out there are globular clusters. Obviously, it's like the Great Hercules globular cluster. We can go look at it here in a minute if you all want to see it. And then M3. M3 is one of the most important globular clusters out there. Mm-hmm. And it has the most amount of variable stars, which are used for the measuring when you're wanting to measure stuff out there, which is really cool. This is also when we talk about Henrietta a little bit, which we talked about earlier. And looking at the hyper giant yellow stars, like in Andromeda, you can start to measure out to them because they're variable stars, and you can see the dimming. If you get the actual brightness and then pay attention to the dimming stuff, then you can take that calculation and figure out how far away things are, and then you keep doing that. So when he talks about that supernova that we looked at earlier, 2026 KID, it was 50 million light years away, and that's how you get to that point. You start to measure outwards, and then you realize how far these things are. And so when he talks about like the red shifting, that gives a lot of idea of how things work out there.
Yeah, so we have multiple ways to tell how far away a galaxy is, and that's how we calibrate them, as we compare our different methods. Like we have the variable stars; those work for nearby galaxies, really, really close galaxies. You can see those, but when you get further out, we need to use something called the Tully-Fisher relation, which is a relation between the rotational speed of a galaxy and its luminosity, and then we can get the distance and Type 1a supernovae, and then from cosmology, we can use the redshift to get a distance, and we correlate all of these and figure out how far away things are.
Good question here, man. This is so theoretical. He said do scientist, but I guess we'll just ask you. Universe or multiverse?
Oh, who knows? I mean, if there's a multiverse, I don't know that there's a way that we can test this.
Don't know how to get outside the universe to test it.
Yeah. How do we get outside the universe? We can't even get outside the galaxy. I don't know.
Why do you think oxygen is one of the gases that is not prevalent in the rest of the universe?
Oxygen is prevalent. So, I mean, it pretty much goes hydrogen, helium, a little bit of lithium, and then you're on to carbon and oxygen for the most part. Carbon and oxygen are some of the most prevalent metals, as we call them in astronomy. Love that terminology. Oxygen's a metal.
Only two gases.
But it is one of the most prevalent ones.
That is funny. So
what was that?
There's only two gases in what he's speaking of there: hydrogen, helium, and the rest would be metals. Once you get past that lithium, it'd be
yeah.
But it is true. In the early stages of the universe, obviously, oxygen wasn't that relevant.
Yeah.
That relevant. Sorry. But even our star, when it comes to the end of its life, it's going to produce oxygen. We'll see it producing the carbon and oxygen and some other elements, of course. It won't get crazy to like the iron phase. So you get to that point where oxygen now is becoming a lot more prevalent, and as stars continue to come to the end, there'll be a lot more oxygen in the cosmos, which is very interesting because where a lot of us say, hey, life has to be out there. The crazy thing is, in the future, there's so much more rich elements for life itself. So that's going to be really crazy.
A lot of stars will fuse the oxygen at some point, but actually releasing them into the galaxy to be used by other stars and planets, that is something that the sun will do too. When it makes the planetary nebula, it should spit out some oxygen, but I think most of the oxygen in the universe actually comes from core collapse supernovae. So that's when you have the core collapse of a massive star, and then all the oxygen that was sitting on top of that core gets spewed out into the universe to be recycled.
I got what you mean here, Big D. So there's not enough oxygen for us to burn fuel without additives in our spacecraft.
Okay,
makes sense. There's not that much out there. Were you talking about?
No. As far as like what makes up the atmospheres of the planets in our solar system, it's not that much.
I want to see an alien. Hi, Sarah. Good evening to you. Good morning.
I want to see an alien too. I've yet to see one.
How far away is this nebula that we were looking at? This one is...
I don't know. How far away is the Eagle?
1,600? Jenny, how far away is your Eagle? The Earth emits a hum of 4.83 hertz. That's supernova thought to emit noise or frequency.
I mean, supernovae emit frequency for sure. Frequency is just light, right? Like... They emit light at a bunch of different frequencies.
You'd be able to measure.
Do they hum sonically? I guess also kind of. They emit a shock wave. So people don't talk about this much, but there is a speed of sound in space. There's an interstellar medium, and sound does travel through it. It's not like you can, hear somebody shout, but particles bump into each other and move pressure waves through the interstellar medium, and that by definition is sound. So one way that supernovae feed back into the galaxy is through their shock waves. They compress things. They expand, and on the edge of the bubble that they're expanding is a compressed shock.
You ever listen to the sounds that come from like planets that are recorded, similar to like kind of what happened with the black holes right now? Yeah,
I think I have heard this.
Super crazy. Super dang crazy. I love it. Creepy though. Saturn sounds creepy. Are you excited about the Nancy Grace telescope?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's I think it's really cool that it's a big wide field telescope. So it's like almost, I believe it's almost at the resolution of Hubble. It's not quite as high resolution, but it's an enormous wide field, so we can see huge swaths of the sky at once at near Hubble resolution. So we're going to be able to do a lot of science with that and detect a lot of supernovae and exoplanets and whatnot.
It's like 100 times the field of view. It's insane.
Yeah.
100 times the field of view. Hey, what's
Somebody said, can you explain why nebulas are still paused image when I see them online? I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I think what you're saying is why don't we see them move? And that's just because they're absolutely enormous. They are moving and expanding. It's just that they're so big and moving relatively slowly that they don't appear to change as we look at them. But there are changes that we see. Like, for example, the Crab Nebula. It's been observed for a really long time, since it exploded, in fact, as a supernova. And since telescopes have been looking at it, we've seen it expand over time.
It's so awesome. You want to talk about Crab or no?
Yeah, the Crab is... it might be my favorite object. When I was down in Chile, and I was on that 1-meter telescope, right at the end of my run, I was like, I'm pointing this thing where I want to, just for 1 second, and I took a quick... or maybe 15-30 second exposure of M1. It came out great. I saved that. It's such a cool object. I've been fascinated by it, and that people saw the supernova that caused it.
Get this pulled up here a little bit. How could anything biological reach us? I don't think that we'll ever see an alien because stars and planets are enormously far away.
I don't know. You would need some inconceivable technology that I do not have the answer to.
Even beyond that, muscle mass, it's just so much going on there.
Yeah, and just you would need to find a way to break relativity. You would need to go faster than light to get to really anywhere useful, not just, anywhere aside from the very closest stars. And we don't know of a way to do that, and it seems that if you could do that, you would basically create paradoxes. You'd be able to go back in time. So
I found one way to break the speed of light, and that's to make a woman mad. Only way that I've ever found. Your son
that'll let you go back in time to fix your mistake.
Man, why are some of the constellations like crazy big and not necessarily deformed?
Oh, because we made them up.
Most of the constellations we have
just
are from like
drew
the
true
early
lines.
1900s. So the early constellations were mostly near the equator, though. I don't know. It was like I can't even remember, 1907 or something like that is when we got our modern day constellations. Depends on the woman. This is true. Amber can get there well within the speed of light somehow or another. I haven't figured it out yet, but somehow she can break this the speed of light. It's crazy.
This guy says, what remains after a supernova? Does it become a black hole or a neutron star? Yes, one of the two. For a core collapse supernova, and with a type 1a supernova, you generally have no bound remnant behind, just expanding ejecta, nothing at the center. Although there are some peculiar type 1a supernovae, type 1aX they're called, where there does seem to be a white dwarf behind, and we've seen supernova remnants in the galaxy and in the Large Magellanic Cloud that have a white dwarf at the center. So we're trying to figure out what the heck happened there, how you have a type 1a and you have a white dwarf left behind. But yeah.
Stay tuned says, don't lie, bro, you don't talk to women. No, I don't. Never. Never have, man. Tell your mama said hi, by the way. Miss her. This is awesome. Lovely guest. Yeah, camera's amazing. Absolutely awesome.
Happy to be here, yeah.
You can stop.
I could chat about space forever.
You can stop time just by telling that joke. You stop your time. That's relevant for sure. Do you think a black hole will ever become a benefit? Ooh, to our space travel, like in movies. Like
we'll never get close enough to one to use it. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a way you can sort of steal angular momentum from a black hole and accelerate. I don't think we're ever getting close enough to one for that to matter. We got to master space travel first.
Yeah, I don't want to be the
No, I'm not going over there.
Not my idea of being fun time spaghettified.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That's a good question, though. I like the idea. Black holes are very interesting. A lot of people think of black holes as being some crazy thing. It's going to suck everything in. If you want something to keep you up at night, we're about 1,600 light years away from the closest black hole. but
It's not a problem.
it's just gravity. Things orbit around you. You get a little too close, you get kind of screwed up. Then you get into the accretion disk, which is kind of like that balance between gravity and your energy. So you kind of want to leave. You want to go in. If you get into quantum, then one memory goes in, one memory goes out. If you get into special relative, everything goes in, nothing leaves. It's pretty wild. Black holes are still, there's a lot to understand about black holes. But they're making good progress on them. I think there's a lot of interesting things coming up with them too.
Yeah, the theory is very robust. We keep testing things, and it seems like Einstein was pretty much right.
What do you think about I guess we won't go down that rabbit hole. Let me come over here. What's your thoughts on get this all set? I don't know. Is there an equation to factor random in? For me, I got an equation to factor random in, or just a variable for it. Infinity. I hate infinity so much, and you guys not. I'll bring it up, I guess. For me, infinity. Infinity is, for me, it's so hard to get to infinity. It's like super hard to get to infinity. I don't know why. I don't know. What about you, Cameron?
I mean, it's not really conceivable what infinity is.
Yeah.
There's no edge
so
to the universe, really.
Yeah, like, for me, I hate putting infinity in any equation. That just kind of causes me issues. So when there's a equation to factor random in, for me, it would be infinity.
I mean, an equation that deals with how random something is sounds more like a wave function to me. I've taken a bunch of quantum mechanics classes, and what that boils down to is you don't really know where an electron is, but you have a probability density of where it could be. And when you measure where it is, then it collapses, and you get that random chance of where it is, and it is in that spot or at least confined to a smaller place for the point of measurement. And that's, I mean, the whole universe is random in that aspect.
Here's a fun one. I'll let you get this one. What is the current theory that you're hoping becomes a fact?
I mean, I'm hoping we find aliens someday. I'd love to find some aliens and learn that we're not alone in the universe, but we're not there yet. I've seen no convincing evidence. I'm waiting for that techno signature.
Was a candidate theory. So I'm not sure if you mean like scientific theory. Scientific theories are based on evidence. You go from your hypothesis.
Yeah, I guess I'm waiting for more discovery.
Facts really ain't a thing though when it comes to theory, but like when you get into facts, you're talking about the laws. So you're looking at like more of your equations side, which work pretty well. But I don't know. Theories are always the beautiful thing about theories is that you keep building onto them. And hopefully you do. Hopefully you continue to build on the theories. Very few theories though have ever been shot down. Like have been something else came up and it completely proved that wrong. But usually what happens with the theory is that what you do is you get better understanding. It wasn't wrong, but you get better understanding, so you keep moving forward. And this is a great thing. It's one of the beautiful things about science is you always want to be moving forward.
Like Ptolemy could predict where the planets were going to be. Does that really mean they're moving in these cycles on epicycles around the sky? No, but it was a useful model for figuring out where the planets are, and now we know better, and we can predict even more precisely, and we've been to some of these, and we know what the actual situation is.
Or you get into like Copernicus, for example. Knew that the center would be the sun, that we were orbiting around it. Well, then you keep going on, you get down to like how orbits actually work, into like Kepler laws. Then you just continue on. It's really amazing. Oh, Jace, thank you, buddy.
You always need to be open to new information. Oh, Tico asked, I like this. He says, can amateur astronomers with basic telescopes actually help with your research by spotting these explosions, or is it strictly for billion-dollar telescopes? That is a great question because amateur astronomers do a ton in the world of transient astronomy. That supernova we were looking at earlier, 26 KID, was discovered by an amateur before it was found by the Atlas survey and then the Zwicky transient facility. So amateurs find supernovae all the time, and it happens way more often than you would expect. Like, we have these surveys like Atlas that look at every spot on the sky every night, and still some guy in Japan with a telescope finds it before the survey.
I think in the future, though, what we'll end up seeing is amateur astronomers won't discover as much new, but like supernova, yes. But stuff like asteroids, comets are probably going to be less seen by people like, for example, Shoemaker and Levi. Levi's up, he's still doing his thing, obviously. Shoemaker's now on the moon in the form of ashes, but with Vera Rubin, stuff like that, they're becoming so dang advanced, and the cameras are like the sides of a car, and so like discovery when it comes to like a lot of these objects are going to be done by mostly there. But yeah, absolutely, I think amateur astronomers will do a really good job at discovery of stuff like supernovae and stuff like that do occur really quick. Even
supernova had the benefit of being very bright. So like if you get a supernova in Andromeda, there's always some amateur looking at Andromeda, and that's going to happen more frequently than our surveys can look at Andromeda because they're looking all over the sky. So I think when there's a supernova in Andromeda, very big chance it's found by an amateur first.
I'd seen something earlier too. Oh, what's beyond the expansion of the universe? I think we kind of talked about that before.
Oh man, yeah, that's that's hard to explain because I mean the universe isn't expanding into anything. It itself is expanding. The space between points is expanding. It's very difficult to conceptualize.
What started your space obsession?
It was probably when I was a kid and my parents would take me to Ocracoke Island, North Carolina, which has some of the darkest skies on the East Coast. It's really out there in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and it's quite remote. There's very little light pollution. There's just one town on the island, and it's a small town about a mile on one end. The campsite is down on the other end, so it's just perfectly dark. And going there and just staring up at the sky and watching shooting stars, that's what got me started. And then when I was a junior in high school, I got an 8-inch Dobsonian, and that really kickstarted my like more scientific interest in it.
Ooh. Favorite meteor shower?
It's always been the Perseids for me. I know there are better ones, but that's always been the one I go to. It's because that's when I was in Ocracoke. It was in August. We would go in August, and that's always been nostalgic for me.
So I'm gonna have to say it. What do you think about the past few years with the Perseids?
I haven't had the greatest chance to watch it the past few years. I have to say, unfortunately. I've been stepping out. I'll watch it for like an hour or so, but I just haven't had the chance to go to a dark site and actually enjoy the meteor shower to its fullest extent.
What about this year?
This year, I should make some plans. Should start on that now. Maybe I'll go to the Big Island.
There you go. I was gonna
head up to Mauna Kea. See if I can be on RTF that night.
There you go.
Although it's like, man, being up there is crazy. It's that's some serious elevation. I don't know if you've ever been up that high, but just being there for a few hours, you get a headache, you get loopy. It's like hard to work under those conditions. Like I'm operating this giant piece of machinery, and I feel like I've had a few beers. Like it's crazy.
Sure. A lot less atmosphere. There's something about...
Yeah, you're above about 40% of the atmosphere up there.
How high is it, the mountain?
14,000 feet.
14,000 feet. Gene says do for us so we can live vicariously through you.
Yeah, you can already do that. You can go watch the Subaru cam or any of the cameras. If you go to the Mauna Kea Weather Center, there are like 25 or more cameras up there that you can pick from. They're not all like high frequency, like it's a live video, but they're like screen caps or long exposures. But there's always live cameras from every telescope up there, several cameras on each telescope. I'm always looking at that before I observe. I take a look. Are there clouds? Does it look nice up there, or does it look like I'm going to be in for trouble?
All right, dude. So during something like the Perseids, how many dollars do we got to throw at you to get you to jump in front of the Subaru camera and dance?
Yeah, maybe I'll give that a shot. I'll see. Let me. I don't know if I'm going to be up there yet. That'll be in the next semester. I need to get my time back for that semester. So we're really lucky here at the University of Hawaii. We get 15% of the time on the telescopes on Mauna Kea. Just for the University of Hawaii, it's 15%, which is an enormous amount of telescope time. So that's why I, as a student, am able to do this, essentially.
That's a good one. I don't know if you want it or whatever, but why do meteor showers repeat? I don't know if you want
Yeah, we're passing through the same part of our orbit around the sun, and there's some debris in that space of the orbit that's left by a comet that came through at some point before, and it left some dust there, and we're passing through at the same spot every year.
So essentially, so when like a comet or an asteroid go around, we do get some meteor showers from asteroids as well. As they go around the sun, they leave behind a stream of debris. And so we orbit around, we get into that same stream. So imagine every year we go around the sun, we go around that 365 days, then we get your leap year, of course. We go through that stream of debris. And that's what we pick up in the atmosphere as we go through. We see the micrometeoroids come through. And they're really small, like the size of sand, basically. And they start to ionize with the different, into the atmosphere. They start to ionize with different elements. That's why sometimes we see different colors. Sometimes you get fireballs from these little bit bigger objects. So you get the fireballs. These get pretty bright though. They can get up to about the brightness of like a full moon. Then you get what's called bolides. Bolides get super bright. In fact, there's periods where bolides come through, and they can illuminate almost like it's daytime for you. It almost makes it look like daytime. So yeah, it's a different objects come through for us.
How many of those have you seen?
2 or 3, not many.
Yeah, I think I've really only seen one that really lit up the sky. It was in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania in the Poconos. I watched it as a green flash. I turned and I watched it break into several pieces and light up the sky green. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it since. But that was actually, I'm in a class right now, or I'm not anymore. I just finished the class. It's called Order of Magnitude, and the whole point of the class is to be able to get an order of magnitude guess as to the answer of some question just from base principles. And one of those questions that was on the final exam was it gave the apparent magnitude of a meteor in the sky. It's a -6 magnitude. It's 30 kilometers up. How big was the meteor? And I worked it out, and I got about 1 centimeter across.
Ain't that funny?
Yeah.
They're so small. Big D says, dude, you're in Hawaii. I am in Michigan. You clearly win this round.
It is pretty awesome out here, I'm going to admit. I live up in the mountains. It's like I'm living in a cloud.
Wow.
I have geckos that come into my house. Like they just crawl like around my screen and hang out on my walls.
Do you ever go out and go snorkeling?
I do, yeah. Snorkeling's a good time. I'm not so much a surfer, but snorkeling when the weather is calm and the waves are chill, yeah, it's great. Seen some eels. I saw a shark once.
How do you feel about California blaming y'all for the Pineapple Express rain that they're getting?
I mean, I guess it's our fault somehow.
Hey.
We got them as Kona lows though, and they've been pretty bad this year. We actually had some flooding at the Institute for Astronomy. There was the Manoa Creek overflowed and like overtook the parking lot. Luckily, I wasn't there. My car was not damaged. Got lucky on that.
Wow. Is there anything that gives you fear about living out there, like tsunamis or anything like that?
I'm not so worried about tsunamis. I mean, I live up in the mountains, like I said, so I'm not in danger. Like my property is not going to get destroyed by a tsunami. I mean, the biggest problem with tsunamis, there was one not too long ago, I think last year, and it wasn't a big one, but the problem was the alert that the roads became unusable because everybody was like fleeing and freaking out. So the traffic is really the problem.
So that was the one.
Way too many cars in Honolulu.
That was the one off the east coast of Russia, right?
Yeah, and Kamchatka.
Kamchatka, yeah. Oh, how's the volcanic eruption going?
It's cool. I'm like waiting for the next time I'm on the Big Island when it's happening so I can go check it out. But for real, I mean, there is a danger to it. You never know exactly what Kilauea is doing. It's been in this really periodic pattern right now where it fountains lava and then it recharges for like 3 weeks or so and then it fountains lava again on this really like, you know, regular schedule. And it's kind of become a thing where you try to plan out a trip to go see it. But I mean, it's unpredictable. Like it's done some crazy stuff in the past. Like in 2018, I want to say there was a a vent that opened up like in a residential area called Leilani Estate. There was lava like pouring out of the roads. It was crazy. So I mean, it's not totally quiescent. It's an active volcano, one of the most active in the world.
Do they have to pause the observations from the observatories there during the?
No, it doesn't affect the summit too much. I guess if the wind was like really like poorly directioned and it was blowing like a plume towards the summit, that would be a problem. But I've never heard of them stopping observations on the summit because of Kilauea.
We can truly become a better human being. I think that's true, you know. Absolutely. I believe that learning about space and nature, a person can truly become a better human being.
Yeah, you gotta respect the world around you and understand what an amazing place it is that we live in.
Absolutely do agree. You gotta love watching the Earth renew itself.
It is like amazing. I haven't seen it fountain lava, but I was there while it was kind of leaking out lava, and even that was like awe-inspiring. There's this smell in the air when you get there. It's like this burning metallic smell. It's crazy.
You guys got any other questions for Cameron? You better throw it in real quick. You guys are starting to slow down. He's on it. It is 2:38 here, which means it is 9:38.
Maths. Yes, you got
There
it.
we go. 9:38 there in Hawaii. Is there only one time zone in Hawaii, or is it split anywhere?
Yeah, we don't do daylight savings.
Okay. Never.
And it's we don't do daylight savings, and it's only one time zone for the state.
For all of it. You ever been to Maui yet?
Yeah, I have been to Maui. That place is also really cool. I went up to Haleakala, which is amazing. Just about as cool as Mauna Kea. Very cool summit. And I went over to Hana, which is this town on the very rural and jungly eastern side. Very cool place. Black over there. Oh, my connection not very good today.
That's good. You sound good though. You made it all the way through.
Okay.
Sounded good. Super awesome. Favorite constellation?
I mean, it's got to be Orion.
Yeah.
It's just like so recognizable, iconic. You can see the nebula with your naked eye in really good sky conditions. It's really cool.
I really like Orion as well. I think it's absolutely amazing. Though I've been told I have to like Delphinus. If anybody likes Delphinus, it's beyond me, but sure. This was a fantastic chat. So glad I got to be a part of it. Thanks for live streaming.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Plus Orion as Betelgeuse. I mean, how could I say not Orion?
Big D says they're still running robots on Mars, but you can't get a good reception.
Yeah. Hawaii internet, it's not great.
Let's get it. Like if we were to try to compare the two, if you did get satellite internet, that'd be great. They do have a thing Elon Musk came out with, Starlink. I don't know if we made it all the way over there to Hawaii yet.
I got kicked out again.
No, you're good. I hear you.
Okay. I didn't hear you for the past like 30 seconds though.
Oh, I said there's this really cool thing, and we'll kind of go towards the robots on Mars. We'll talk about satellites, and there's some satellites out there now called Starlink. I don't know if they've ever made it yet to Hawaii.
Yeah, we actually have fiber, so I don't know why it's so terrible.
The volcano.
Yeah, it's
blame
gotta be the volcano.
Gotta blame the volcano. Mars internet isn't good either.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
It's a little behind. It's a little bit behind.
How many minutes delay communicate to Earth? I don't know how many light minutes away Mars. I guess it depends on where we are in our orbit.
Let me pull it up real quick. I can grab it. Got my website real quick. I'm on Saturn details. Let's go to Mars. Currently, right now, it is about 207.5 million miles away from us. So about 18.6 minutes, roughly, around there. Be about
Okay.
18 and a half minutes.
That's,
Ooh, is there
couldn't play
ocean
Counter-Strike on that.
Fiber. Yep, there is.
Yeah. I guess they're fiber optic cables. I'm not sure if they're fiber optic. They might just be regular old copper cables. But
Dude, 2026, they better be fiber. That'd be crazy if not.
yeah. When were they put in? I don't know.
Yeah.
The fiber that I have, I think, is just connecting me to some like substation in Honolulu or something.
That's a good one. I'll answer Ian real quick. That is correct. What's the average temperature of space?
Yeah, what I learned in my interstellar medium class is that it depends on the part of space that you're looking at. It seems, for various reasons, it settles on two different temperatures that are very common. You've got things that are 100 Kelvin, and you've got things that are 8,000 Kelvin, and there's not as much in between.
I can't remember if was there an average temperature from the background radiation, or no?
Oh, the background, like the cosmic microwave background is 2.7 Kelvin or something like that.
I think that was.
And that's the minimum temperature anything can be in the universe for any long amount of time. Because if you're colder than 2.7 Kelvin or whatever the number is, you're going to get heated up by the cosmic microwave background until you're that temperature.
Will says, Starlink, isn't that Elon Musk? I thought those satellites were all around the world. They are. I was making a joke out there. It was just a joke. I was being sarcastic. Crazy that space is basically against the human body. Very challenging. Gravity is. Gravity is kind of against the human body. I mean, what blows my mind is that we're just falling. And the planet's pushing us back. It blows my mind every single time. Jay says, when I'm pretty angry, I can be pretty cold. Oh, because your wife kicks you out of the house in the middle of winter. I get it. Makes sense. It does get pretty cold doing that. Definitely does. You guys got any other questions for him? For Mr. Cameron? It's really late there. Early there. It's all good, buddy. Is that the Flaming Nebula? No, this is Trifid. Right now we're looking at Trifid. This is a stellar.
Oh, I didn't even realize you slewed.
Yeah. Did you see the photo from James Webb Space Telescope? They went for
the Trifid? No, I don't know that I did.
Right here. They went for this little object here. Oh my goodness, man. It's like seeing the same photo from like Hubble back in the period of when it did the pillars. Like, oh yeah. My goodness. It's so stunning. I love the Trifid though. Love the dust lanes in Trifid.
Yeah. The nearby nebulae just had such amazing structure. Can't get that with extragalactic quite as well. Not these like intricate tendrils.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I can see that we either have a little bit of dew on the telescope or some thin clouds coming through. I can't tell which one. I can see, like, so the way that the cameras work, they got you got the red channel, you got a blue channel, and then two green channels. And so when you start to pick up a lot of light, all four of your colors, or all four of your pixels, and two of them being green, they just start picking up so much light, and that green overtakes us. And most cameras are that way. When you talk about Bayer patterns, there's different patterns with it, but usually most cameras have like two green pixels, one red pixel and one blue pixel. So whenever we start to see a lot of fog, a lot of clouds come in, or you get like dew on your telescope, you start to see a lot of green showing up. So when you guys notice that and see the green, that's kind of what's going on here. What do you feel?
I'm still getting the hang of astrophotography.
Yep, so cameras are just RGB, but in order to do that, you got the 4 pixels to make up one square, right? And then, so that basically means 2 green pixels.
The way I made the color image that I put in the chat was with different filters. I was swapping the filter on the camera.
Yeah, so you're using monochrome.
I had,
which is really
I was using
they're like super nice.
What did I have? I had SDSS-R and SDSS-G, and then I was trying to get a 3 filter so I could get, RGB and map them, but I realized I actually can't do that with IRTF, because I'm taking this near-infrared spectrum, and the telescope has something called a dichroic that directs the near-infrared light to the spectrograph, and then it leaves the visible light for the guider camera, and that's what I'm saving in these photos. But that cutoff happens at 700 nanometers. I was trying to get GRI and get the I filter, put that on, and get a third color out of it, but that's at 700 nanometers. So I actually couldn't do that. All that light was getting directed to the spectrograph, and I was getting this terrible color in my image. So I've got a 2-color, false color image is what I ended up doing.
And the really cool thing about that, so whenever you're using your filters, your RGB filters, you're using a monochrome camera. So where we're using 4 pixels here, 1 red, 1 blue, and 2 greens, on a monochrome, every single pixel picks up just light. So whenever you put like a filter in front of it, whether it's a blue filter, then you're only letting blue light in. If you put in green filter, you're only letting green light in. Red filter, you can go through all kinds of filters, hydrogen filters, filters. But they're amazing cameras. They're just a lot more expensive, but every single pixel at that point can pick up. So like when we use our color cameras, which is what we're using now, they're called one-shot cameras. Whenever I put it like on, for example, on the solar telescope, it only lets red light in, the hydrogen side. And so out of the 4 pixels, only one actually picks up data because only red light can come through. We only have one red pixel for the 4, the other ones being blue, green, green. So monochrome cameras are absolutely amazing. They can pick up everything, and your details are absolutely stunning. Even astrophotography, it does an amazing job of astrophotography when you start to use stuff like filters. I like one-shot camera because we get to do this live. Get to see the colors immediately rather than getting our lights and the red and the blue and the green. So I absolutely love it.
I'm actually like super jealous of your setup. Like, this is the kind of thing that I would love to do when I actually have the time and money to do it. Right now I'm doing what I'm doing is for work. So like, sure. You know,
you can use one of our, like, so I got the remote telescope. I don't know if I've even told you yet, but we do have a remote telescope where you can just log into the website and take off of one of the telescopes and do whatever you want on them areas. I either usually put the really wide field in, or now we got the new 5-inch Mac screen that S-Wave Bonnie sent for that specific setup. But we can put that on there as well. But really simple. You just jump on the website, then you control the telescope, tell it where to go, what to do with exposures, have fun with that. I put the one-shot cameras on it as well. That's one cool thing you can do for sure.
Awesome.
I'll make sure you get access to it.
Cool, thanks. Do you have any recommendations for software to process images? Because those images that I made those messing around in Python.
Well, you're in college, so I assume you don't want to go into anything expensive.
Yeah.
Here's my answer. Jenny the Bomb Diggity's husband. The one that you actually put the photo on top of?
Yeah.
That dude. Josh. He does use PixInsight.
Just drop him my FITS files. One of my FITS files, Josh?
And he loves it, yeah, and he loves processing. Yeah, so he uses PixInsight. It is expensive. It's like 300 something to buy it, and there's a lot of add-ons you can buy to put on. But when it comes to any of my photos, I just let him go at it at this point. I've used PixInsight. It's so dang extreme. There are free things out there. Surreal's one of them. But when it comes to it, PixInsight is by far the best thing. And yeah, just like Jenny said here, he would love to process stuff. He would. Like,
awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can drop off FITS files that I take, just the guider images. Like, I have a ton of them, and I don't really know what to do with them to make a really pretty photo. You saw what I tried to make there. I mean, that's just me messing around in Python and like trying to align the images with like a Fourier transform and like stack them up and map the colors. I'm just messing around.
And then when you get into like the colors where you're changing out your color with your color wheel, it's so much more difficult, man.
Yeah. I was using the filter wheel just to swap to R and G. I only have two filters I can use, really.
So Brandy said
with the next
space cam on a little grant thing, and I was so jealous.
Nice.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What were you getting ready to say?
What was I getting ready to say? With my next I proposed to use IRTF each semester, and for the next time I tacked onto my proposal to get there's this other side mounted telescope on the telescope. It's a 17-inch reflector on the side that's supposed to be for finding like nearby Earth objects. Like you put it up and you find your object, and then you go to it on the telescope or on the actual big 3-meter telescope. But I can take images with that simultaneously with a 17-inch on Mauna Kea. So next semester I'm going to try to do that. And those will be wide field, not the insane zoom that I have.
Yeah. Hey, so the 555. Let me pull up an image real quick if I can. I'll show you what that 555. It's one of them that I normally put on that remote scope. Josh actually processes for me too. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Okay.
This is so stunning. He did such an amazing job on it. So this comes from the 555. Let me see if I can.
Are you pulling it up on stream or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I guess everybody would want to see it too, huh? Let's see if I can pull it in here properly. Yeah, there we go. Kind of try to pull it over. That was just Discord. Like it did. So this is what that 555 was.
Oh, nice.
You guys can see that. Look how amazing this is. This is what Josh does when he does processing. It's so crazy.
Wow.
It's such a beautiful job. Here's the Horsehead Nebula, the Flame Nebula. A lot of ionization. You got some dust in here. You got reflection nebula. You got some stellar nebulosity coming out here. There's just so much.
Fantastic.
This telescope does. It's a beautiful telescope.
Yeah, like this is the kind of thing you can't do this with the IRTF because I can't change the magnification. Yeah. I'm looking at 1 arc minute. That's what I get.
No, too much. Way too much.
So you don't get the larger context. You get the crazy zoom.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Can you all imagine flying by this? Think about that. And here's why I love Orion. We both said Orion's kind of that constellation. This is why. This is part of the star right here. This is going to be part.
It's got Barnard's Loop. It's got the Horsehead. It's an amazing constellation.
There's so much, and when you really just look at the amount of stuff going on, when you guys look at the belt. So here's where the belt is. You can see 2 of the stars here of Orion. And just think about what else is in there. When you're looking at Orion and you see the belt, this is crazy. And then off over in this direction will be the Great Orion Nebula. It'll be way off on the right side. But it's just the amazing stuff. But this is the this will be the Horsehead Nebula. A lot of people probably recognize this one. And of course the Flame Nebula. I think the Flame Nebula is underrated. Not many people really go for it.
It's just not as like easy to see with your naked eye.
Well, that's true because of the star next to it, right? But man, it is so bright though. It is actually very stunning. One of the more stunning ones for sure. Let me bring us back over here. Josh did an amazing job. He did. I love it when he does that kind of work. It's so beautiful.
I'll have to give him some of my files so I can stop boiling over them in Python.
Yeah, he'll enjoy it, man. I'm sure he will. Yeah, just send him a message or something. It's a lot of fun to hang out.
Yeah.
Josh needs to tweak your Christmas photos. Yo, that's so funny. Horsehead's one of your favorites, Liz? I like it. I think Horsehead's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. Like 10 hours from now, maybe it's like changed, maybe very little. Yeah, very little. The distance really matters when it comes to stuff. They're just moving so fast, but it's so far away that it barely appears to move to us, right? So imagine a car next to you doing 5 miles per hour. You can see them moving. But you put a car moving 5 miles per hour like a mile away from you, you're not going to see it moving. It's similar to the scenario. We talk about these things that are way out there. The human brain is astonishing. Oh yeah, really good at some stuff and clueless on the others. So true, so true. Think about it. Your eyes don't even recognize your nose, but it's a thing right out in front of them.
And you just kind of process it out.
Yeah, you just process it out. It's so wild. How many light years away is that nebula from Earth that we were seeing? Was it thousands of years ago? Ooh, this one here. Oh, crud. 5,000.
I don't know.
5,000. Gene, do you have the number on top of your head, or no? I can pull it up now.
It seems kind of far.
M20.
Oh, it is 5,000. Now you got it. 5,000 light years.
Okay, 5,000. I would say so. 5,500 roughly for the Eagle. This is a really beautiful nebula. Like, if you process this thing is stunning. So dang stunning. There's so much going on here. You got the stellar nurseries where new stars are actually being born. And you see, so most of this is hydrogen on this side. You got mostly hydrogen, and you got helium off on this side. This is just one of my favorite nebulas just because of that separation between everything. It's just so cool. So are you mad?
Yeah, the dust is what makes
Parents picture out and it doesn't do it justice. So are you mad if you go to like parents pictures out and it doesn't do justice? I wish my ears didn't hear some people's voice entirely. I'm not too sure what you're saying there, buddy. Honestly, not too sure. 5,000 light years, and then you roll your eyes. That's but it's far out there. It takes a long time for us to be able to see the light. Doing selective hearing and faking selective hearing is awesome. What are you talking about? With that, fry my cats. Good, I cannot avoid it. Are you a bot? What the heck? I think you're drinking your cat's food. Anyways. Should have got the rest up there. I think we did. I'm just gonna say Mr.'s voice drives me nuts, but I don't mean Mr. T with the chains.
What's he talking about?
Drunk coconut.
What keeps the globular cluster together? That'd be gravity. Lots of stars all together. They're all gravitationally bound.
Man, that person became like a main character really fast.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Someone's computer got electrified. If you could go into space and see one thing, what would it be? Oh man,
I'd really like to see like the gas giant planets up close. I'm gonna fly out by Jupiter, not so close that I get fried by the magnetic field and whatnot, but let's see the great red spot.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know, man. Go by Neptune and solar maximum to see the storms that only fire up during solar maximum, and just get to study them. I think would be so amazing. Try to understand why does it only occur in solar maximum. I think that'd be one of the funnest things.
Oh, you know what? Take me over to a neutron star. I want to see what the heck is going on over there.
You want to
get so close to a neutron star to actually resolve the surface of it. You know how close you need to take the Keck telescope to see the surface of a neutron star and resolve like actual, spatial resolution of the surface? You'd need to take the 10-meter Keck telescope, 1 astronomical unit from a neutron star, just to resolve the surface.
Wow. Could you imagine the type of camera you'd need to be able to do that, though, in such a high capture?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you would need to do. You need to take Keck out there. Take Keck to 1 AU from a neutron star, and then you'd be able to resolve 2 pixels of the surface.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. You just got to think of how fast the FPS has to be, too. Yeah, oh my goodness, man. That'd be so...
We don't know what they look like what's actually going on the surface. We can do physics and figure out like what the structure should be like, but actually seeing one, we never will. We can't get close enough. They're too small. They're 10 kilometers across.
Oh, so Big D says, from what I've heard, space seems like a kind of a violent place. But I guess it did start with the Big Bang.
Yeah, I mean, there's violent things that go off all the time, but there's plenty of nothing too. Plenty of just chilling interstellar medium, just gas and dust.
Lewis would love to see a white dwarf and a brown dwarf star. If you're going to go down that route, I would like to see a black dwarf star, because then I would be around in the long future. That'd be
cool. Gotta wait 1 trillion years. If you want to see a white dwarf, you only need to wait like 5 billion years, and then we'll have one right here.
There you go. I would want to see the black dwarf. I want to see the end of the white dwarf when it finally gets rid of all the energy. Because I know that I'll be around for a long time.
PD says, Cameron, you say we can't a lot, but aren't we doing a lot of things that we said 20 years ago we couldn't do? Yeah, so there's like a lot of technical limitations to things that we're having these huge advances in technology, but there's some physics things that you just can't beat. Like
angular resolution.
You can't travel faster than the speed of light. It will immediately cause like paradoxes. Like you can go back in time if you can go faster than the speed of light. And the resolution limit, like you cannot resolve something like the way how small a thing you can resolve with a telescope depends on how big your telescope is. And that's really all it comes to. So like we need to have leaps and hurdles and bounds of increasing telescope size before we could possibly see the surface of a neutron star. And then even then we have to correct for the atmosphere. The atmosphere usually limits your resolution to about 1 arc second. You gotta see way deeper than that. There's just so much in the way. Like it's a lot.
Is this really interesting too? So like what he's speaking of is what's called angular resolution. It's at what distance is a object that you want to see, and how big of a object you need to be able to see it. There's ways to get kind of around it, is where you can actually use a lot of telescopes that actually work together, and you kind of get around it. But in the sense of something like when he's talking about on even a distant star, don't even have to be getting way out there, but even a distant star, being able to see one, they're so far away that by the time you get there, the size of the telescope is insane. So like when we talk about the flag on the moon's about 238,900 miles away, and that's 3 foot by 5 foot, and you need almost a half-mile wide telescope, at least a half-mile wide telescope. So that kind of puts a lot of things in perspective. Even though the sun's really big, or a star is really big, the thing is, when you want to see surface details, you're going to need something really massive. So it just comes down to physics. It's not capable.
Yeah, it's really just a physics problem at the end of the day. And with neutron stars, the biggest problem is just how far away they are, but how small they are. That's a solar mass packed into 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers is nothing. It's so tiny.
Ooh, I like this one. What's faster, light or sound?
It is light, always. Light's the fastest thing anything can be.
Like the fastest thing. But here's the crazy thing. Sound changes in speeds, though, based on the medium.
And so does light. That's also a crazy thing. The speed of light depends on the medium that it travels through.
And that's a fun one. Like, talk about the sun. We talk about the photons that are coming out of the sun. Near its core. It can take up to 170,000 years because everything's so dense it'll sit there and bounce around. 170,000 years just get out of the sun and then take that 8 minutes and 20 seconds to hit us. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Sounds are wild though. Like if you're on Mars, sounds are different. It's much slower. So it just depends on your location of things. And Dana says everything you're looking at is just a projection on the screen in the sky, my guys. Yeah, that has to be it, man. That has to be it. This is how long it takes your wife to tell a story. Oh my goodness, bro. I hope she's sleeping. That's right there is how you anger a woman faster than light. That's how you get past the speed of light. Rest of people born, it also started with the Big Bang, so we're our own universe. Kind of a deep thought. Bigger flag next time we're at the moon.
Yeah.
Need like something
really big flag so we can really shut up those flat earthers and actually point a telescope and resolve it. How big? I can do the math real quick. How big of a flag would you need on the moon to resolve it with Keck?
Ooh, that's a good question. So obviously the atmosphere.
I can just do that math real quick. Let's see.
The issue is going to be atmosphere at the end of the day.
Yeah. So how big of a flag would you need for it to subtend 1 arc second on the moon? That's just the it's the size of your flag divided by the distance to the moon needs to equal 1 arc second in radians. That's all it is. Let me do it in Wolfram Alpha.
Mr. Solomon, my algebra teacher, would be very proud of you too. Okay. Oh my.
So 1 arc second in radians times the distance to the moon.
Simple.
We need to be 1.2 miles about.
1.2 miles.
That's doable. We can do this.
Like my optics would let us get like something's gonna have to be like 5 miles wide, roughly about 5 miles wide on my optics. I actually pulled up my arc seconds earlier. I don't know if I still have it up here or not. So I use this program called SkyTrack, and I actually tracked the ISS earlier. I wasn't live at this point, but I did finally get to capture the ISS going through. I was doing long exposure because what I was trying to do was actually track it when there's clouds around, so I wasn't able to do plate solving beforehand. But I did get to fly through, so I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to get a period where we'll be able to actually chase the ISS across the sky and actually record it, which is absolutely awesome. Cool. I'm super excited for that. And I was able to get it to halfway work. Okay, sounds good to me. I was able to get to halfway work today. I was so stoked. My first try to run that program to do the tracking, so I'm so record the fly through. I didn't because like I was taking long exposure, just trying to make sure I could see it because this is my first time to use this program. We captured it plenty of times live, but usually I got like the controller on the telescope and I'm watching and I'm trying to move with it. It's a different story though when you're doing everything here. We're now kind of remotely. We got the control room here with all the computer systems right next to us is where the telescopes are. So I don't get to see up in the sky here. Now I got the ceiling here. The roof slides over on top of my head from the observatory side of it. So I don't get to look up as much anymore.
It's kind of a shame.
It kind of is a shame, but I don't like. I hate mosquitoes. I absolutely hate mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, mosquitoes suck.
I need an air conditioner now. They absolutely suck.
You're telling me over in Hawaii, mosquitoes here are terrible.
Yeah, I bet it was.
And it didn't need to be like this. There were no mosquitoes in Hawaii until the Europeans brought them here.
Ooh. Do you worry about electromagnetic storms affecting Earth, or do you know enough to not stress about news reports like us commoners?
I'm not worried about electromagnetic storms. I mean, and that's mostly just because if there is an enormous electromagnetic storm, what the heck am I going to do about it? Like, If we're gonna get zapped, we're gonna get zapped. But like right now, I'm looking at geomagnetic storms because the aurorae are cool and they're fun to watch. There was a big storm when we were at solar maximum not too long ago that I saw from Virginia, but no chance seeing that in Hawaii, unfortunately.
Right.
Unless we get another Carrington event or something. So let's say no on that.
I would say no. Even technology-wise, most satellites now are pretty well protected. The warnings come out, so shutting down stuff works really well. It's not that big of a deal in a huge sense. And yeah, I agree. Like if it's gonna, let's say even if it's gonna fry your cell phone, your computer, or something even worse, right, more severe, it's gonna happen. There's not much you're gonna be able to do with it. I don't know why I'd want to fear something like. I still think if you were to really go back to it, when you think about a black hole being 1,600 light years away from us, that seems scary. Even though it's not scary, but when you think about how close that black hole is to us, and I'm sure there's black holes even closer to us. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure there are that we don't know about.
Yeah,
there's theories that there are primordial tiny black holes that might be like in the solar system.
Yeah,
but we wouldn't know.
That to me probably is the one thing I'd worry more about than a geomagnetic storm, to be honest.
No, don't worry about the primordial black holes. We'll be fine. Or the supernovae. They mean you no harm. When Betelgeuse goes, it'll just be really cool. We're not in danger.
That's a good one. It was directed to you though, so I guess you got to take it. Why do some planets have continuous storms? I don't know a lot, but they don't seem to have different seasons or anything like Earth.
I don't know a ton about storms on other planets either, but I do know that Jupiter's storm has been going on for so long because the whole planet is gas and it rotates very fast. So the Coriolis force is very high, and that causes the storm to be very persistent and powerful. But other planets have seasons. They do. All you need is an axial tilt for seasons, and like Mars has seasons. There's seasons on other planets.
You nailed it, man. But yeah, it's basically if your planet spins fast, your storms can hang out a little bit more. If your planet spins slower, they don't. And the craziest thing is the fastest spinning planet that we know of right now is about 7 hours to make one day. It's an exoplanet, obviously. It's not the one here. Like Jupiter, for example, is about 9.5 hours, 9.5 to 10 hours differential rotation. But the fastest spinning planet out there, 7 hours to make one day. You get 3.5 hours daytime, 3.5 hours nighttime. So it's absolutely crazy. Storms on that planet would rage on forever. Have the possibility to rage on forever. So you can't be a planet without any solid matter on it. It's kind of a tough one. As far as we know,
yeah, because at some point you're just squeezing the matter so hard at the core that it's forced to be solid.
When you think about it, that even then you're still going to have rocky items that come by and it's going to grab it, it's going to be influenced with it. But then you also get to the point of kind of what he just said. Like for when we talk about Jupiter, Saturn, they got what are called fuzzy cores, which are very interesting. It's a mixture of basically metallic hydrogen. It's a mixture of rocky material, metals. So there's a lot of different things going on there, but it's called a fuzzy core when we talk about Jupiter and Saturn. It's very interesting. It's and the reason it's called fuzzy is you really can't tell the difference of where the core ends and where the rest of the planet begins. It's kind of an interesting thought, though. Probable black hole listed things to worry about. There you go. Yeah.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to worry about it.
That's so funny. Technically, the definition of a planet, though, is just one object that's large enough to be bound by gravity and is spherical in shape, and it orbits around a host star, and it's able to clear out its neighborhood. This is where like Pluto got demoted. It wasn't able to clear out its neighborhood because of Neptune. It should have been a moon of Neptune. It was ejected for some reason. But when you look at Kepler's law, it brings it back to the same area, even though they would never meet up. But the plane still exists where they get really close and they couldn't clear out the neighborhood. And that's why Pluto itself got demoted.
There's other stuff out by Pluto that's like just about as massive. And we don't call those planets. Maybe we should. Maybe Mage is a planet.
Right. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I mean, there's going to be things out there much larger and they're in different aspects.
It just becomes inconvenient at some point to call all these things planets.
Yeah.
So they introduced that you got to clear your orbit rule to be in the Planet Club.
And so a gas planet can still have a solid structure somewhere towards its core. So when you talk about rocky items, metals, stuff like that, it would be more towards the core. But something like Jupiter's insane, though. You're talking about like 1,000 degrees near its core.
You've got like degenerate metallic hydrogen at the center. Is that solid? It's really a weird state of matter.
Yeah, what do you want to call it? It's whatever. Some crazy stuff. By the way, if you guys want to look up a fuzzy core. This is a new terminology. This is where it gets really fun, I guess, in astronomy. But this is the things that were understood now. Basically, at the end of last year, the thoughts of what a fuzzy core is by measuring its magnetic field and some other properties here. It starts to look like that core itself. It's just fuzzy. You don't know where the core starts. You don't know where it ends. It just kind of blends in. But it's a very interesting idea of what a core is. It's a whole new core than previously thought of a lot of things, whether it's like a metal core, or if it was just like a lot of freaking metallic hydrogen. It was an interesting thought, though. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, with about 1,300 of our planets. That's right. What's up, Serpent? How you doing, buddy? Any thoughts on Saturn's black box?
What?
I'm not too sure what you mean by Saturn's black box.
No, I don't know.
Maybe the hexagon storm, but I don't know where the black box term would come in, though. Are other planets cores hotter than the planet like ours? Yeah, Jupiter's like 45,000 degrees. Saturn's somewhere around like 10 to 15,000 degrees. The moon's pushing about like 2,500 degrees. So not just planets, but almost anything. It's going to have a little bit of temperature to it, especially when you're down in that much gravity. There's a lot of energy going on there. Ooh, thoughts on Earth's geomagnetic shield and its reversal in the future?
I don't think we can really predict it. I mean, we know it's happened in the past.
It's
See the evidence in rocks. Like when a rock solidifies, its atoms align with the magnetic field of Earth, so we can tell what direction it was when that rock solidified, and we've seen it reverse in the past. I don't know if we can really predict it going into the future. We might like see it coming if it's like happening immediately, but there's still a lot to learn about where Earth's magnetic field really comes from specifically. We know it's generated by currents in the core, but the specifics are still being worked out, I think.
I think one of the craziest things that the northern magnetic field used to be in Canada back in the 1990s, like northern Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's off to the east of Greenland. So it's drifted a lot faster than you can imagine. Yeah, drifting right across. It's on the move, just really fast. Okay, the hexagon storm documented that Saturn's black box long before should have been visible with technology available at the time. I've never heard of black box on Saturn. That's a new thing to me. There's not too much thoughts on it. From the rotation, it's gesturing. That is what appears to create it, though.
Cool. Looks awesome.
Take a picture of me.
Marvel of fluid dynamics.
Oh, what? Must have missed something. Were you saying something there? Might have missed it.
Maybe I cut out or something. I don't know. I was just saying that Saturn's hexagon storm is pretty cool. That's really all I know about it.
Absolutely. It's not very well understood. It does appear to be like a jet stream and how its rotation works and its magnetic field around Saturn itself. It's a very interesting thought, but it's not really well understood, though, obviously.
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Yeah, Jenny, Jupiter's poles are so cool. On Juno, those images are awesome.
Absolutely. You know, comments aren't made.
All right, we're pushing up on my bedtime here. I am working a day schedule. It's only 10:30, but I like to get my sleep. So.
All right, brother. Sounds good.
I'm gonna log off here, but it was great talking to you. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's a lot of fun.
And if anyone's interested in my research, I've got a little website put up to read about it. It's CameronPfeffer.space. Check it out.
You want to type it in the chat here in a bit?
If I can type links, can I? I don't know. Let me try. Now that I'm a mod.
I hope you can chat. Cameron, you're awesome. See you, man.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. There you guys go.
Yep, it posted. Okay, cool. Yep, nice talking to you, Roman. Thanks for having me on. And let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good, buddy.
See ya.
See you, bud. Let me throw it up there. You guys want to check it out? Absolutely awesome. You gotta enjoy Cameron. Got to enjoy camera. Yeah, cough real quick though. I should have went and got some water. So here's a cool thing. I don't know what clouds look like right now. I should pull that up. North, south, east, west exists outside of our planet. Nope. Human concepts. Nope. It's all relative to you. You see how clouds are looking. Oof, they're going to come in sooner than later. I was really hoping to capture the... Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. Awesome, thank you, brother. I do appreciate it, man. The ISS comes around at like 4:53 a.m. It gets about 55 degrees up. It's a really good position. Really good position. But them clouds are coming in really fast on us. So let's back up here real quick. I want to try to capture something real quick. We talked about Pluto. There's going to be a problem with doing Pluto, but I kind of want to try it in a way. Kind of want to try Pluto. Let me see if we can get an upradius here. If you guys like Pluto, we can see if we can find Pluto real quick. How far is the moon from Pluto, though? That's going to be the problem. They're going to be really close to each other. Let's see how far Pluto is. Oh, yeah. Right next to the moon. Like, right next to the moon. Ain't no way. Ain't no way we can do it. Come over here. Silly moon. Always getting our way in it. A lot of fun having him on, huh? You guys like Cameron? Really interesting guy. Always worth trying. It's way too low. It's still way too low. Hi, Dunning. How you doing? Thank you so much for the marshmallow, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's the only time it's not worth it, right? So true. So he likes Goofy better than Pluto. Yo, that's so funny. That is so dang funny. That's super funny. All right, have a good night, Will. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. We appreciate you. We do appreciate you. All right, let's see if we can get this to come in for us. You guys see it already? The apple core. Here's going to be the Dumbbell Planetary Nebula. Really gorgeous Dumbbell Planetary Nebula. I'm going to pull in the center for us and we'll get it to come up. Donald's better than Goofy? Dang, you guys are getting into a wildfire right now. You guys are getting into a really wildfire. I'm going to try to pull it over for us just a bit here. I'll show you something cool. Today, I decided I no longer want to use my mouse to control the telescope. So now, we got the joystick. We got the joystick to be able to control the telescope. Super awesome. So dang awesome. Think about the Muppets. Oh, because the Muppets went to space. There you go. That's super funny. We'll let it calm down here. We'll take a photo. Cameron's gonna be jealous when he sees that. Using a joystick to control the telescope. Oh man. This is gonna be a planetary nebula. This is a star similar to like what ours is when it comes to the end of its life. He has one too. Yeah. Gotta have the fly stick. But I'm like, you know what? I never really use it. So the only thing I could think of is it would be a lot of fun to control the telescope mount. Oh, I still have my headset on. It'd be really fun to control the telescope mount using the joystick, which I thought's really fun. Oh my, that's it. Come on, headset. Get out of my way, headset. Yeah, I thought so. Anyways, I thought it'd be really cool to do. All right, here we go. We got 18 seconds. We'll get the beautiful one. Big Space from Muppets was awesome. Never watched Muppets. I don't get the reference. Sorry. I didn't get the reference. All right, here we go. 4, 3, a 2, a 1, and here comes that photo. Oh, flashbang, y'all. Start pulling it out a little bit here. See if we can do a color calibration. Bring in some histogram, and we'll have the beautiful, the one and only beautiful Dumbbell nebula here. What's really cool here too is you see the core of the star, which is right here. That's going to be the white dwarf star, basically the core of the star, as it came to the end of its life and shedded out its atmosphere. Or thing over, so I can actually see the chat a little better. There we go. Yeah, so beautiful, ain't it? Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Really can't beat these type of views. We'll let it grab a little bit more data. We're doing 1 minute photos right now. You see a lot of that green coming in, kind of on the background. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it definitely means we either have dew on the telescope or we got some really thin clouds coming in. This is what our sun will look like one day. It's so lovely. It's stunning. Gotta love this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's fight and try to get the brightness pulled in properly. Start to make out a lot of stuff out here. The hydrogen is just getting blown outwards and expanding. These are truly beautiful. Love Planetary nebulas. Try to get all this cleaned up real quick. Jump to present. Lost my chat. There we go. Need a better place to put my chat. Tamales for everyone. What up, Chaco? Red tamales with chicken. Pollo con salsa rosa. So funny. Tamales are here. They are here. The tamales made it, apparently. Y'all enjoy. Oh, Jenny. Gotta have the tamales. We're bringing a little bit more brightness here. Hopefully y'all can see it okay. Let me know if you can see it okay. Actually, greener, does it have something to do with the light emitting? It's kind of like a tealish color, but some of the elements that we see there. All elements kind of have a fingerprint. So like where you see the red, that's the ionized hydrogen in those regions. Where you're seeing kind of like the blue, we're looking more towards like a little bit of helium. You got the oxygens, a little bit towards carbon. Really beautiful though. You got some lithium in here. Nitrogen area. It's just stunning though. Elements obviously have colors that are reflective, and so it's the way that we see things, or the fingerprints, I guess, of the elements that you see out there. Yeah, absolutely. Tamale for Jenny. Dang. It's so funny. Jenny knows she needs them tamales. Tamales are good. Tamales are good, Jenny. Let's take a look at the weather tomorrow. I don't know what the weather forecast is. I think we have like storms coming in today. Yeah. And dang. There's actually rain getting ready to come into the area, so we're gonna have to call it a night here soon. You don't want to taste them? I think you're just doing it wrong. You're not supposed to eat the corn husk. I think you're doing it wrong, Jenny. I know. I asked him earlier if he's just going to take off from work. And of course, we have lots of rain, but I bet he's putting it together and getting it all set up though, ain't he? You wonder if they have space tamales like they have space ice cream? No. You ever try the space ice cream? That's called a day. Oh, see how the clouds just came in? Guys, we're pretty much at the end. There's going to be rain coming out as well here soon, so we're going to have to start shutting down the observatory really quick. Can't blame Josh for that. No, not at all. You guys want to see kind of how we shut down the observatory? I know not very often you guys get to see the fun aspects of how things work here. Oh, is he? No way. You just can't use it. Right now, he's still up doing that? No way. Is he still up? Definitely not the best ice cream. No. Yeah, I can't blame Josh either. All right, you guys want to see how we're going to shut down the telescope here? You'll see now. We'll basically telescope good. We'll tell it like good night. Oh, okay, he's sleeping now. I got you. We're going to tell it good night. I need to make sure that we're parking into the right position. So what we'll see though is the telescope itself is going to start to lean over in the view there. I don't know if I can grab it properly. Gotta bring it over a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. And it'll just continue to come over, and then what I'll do is I'll go and hit the winch, and the winch will pull the roof on top of the area where a lot of the telescope stuff are, some of the mounts out there. Here on the telescope, you can kind of see on like the right side, It's going to be the guide camera. We didn't use it tonight. The square box in the middle with the cable going into it, that's going to be the autofocuser. And then on the left side, the red cable, that's going to be the camera that we're using tonight. And of course, the telescope itself is a 11-inch mid-cast screen telescope. Just about there, it's just about parked. And then I'll get up and we'll go slide everything in, get it all done. So 2 seconds, I'll mute because it gets kind of loud when everything is off. 2 seconds here. Alright. Essentially how it works. I get to call tonight that quick. Long day, but this fun. Good. That's super awesome. Always good to have a long day, right? Alright, y'all. Hope you guys have an amazing day tomorrow. Clear skies. Be awesome. Be absolutely awesome. It's worth it. Be kind. It's free. I was going to look at the weather, I guess. That's the one thing I was getting ready to do, wasn't it? I forgot to look at the weather. Tomorrow's forecast, I don't think it looks good for us at all. Take that back. Tomorrow looks like mostly clear. So maybe Jupiter. We might just get Jupiter tomorrow night. We'll see what time it starts to clear up here in Kansas City. Saturday night looks like rain. And then Sunday night we're mostly clear. Monday night we're mostly clear. So we're gonna have some good times. Hey Skytex, what's up, buddy? You just sneak in here. I have an amazing night. Y'all have an amazing night. And clear skies for y'all. Keep looking up. We'll see y'all soon.